Alright, it is just connected to Twitch. I'll be posting the link out to our group.
Wow, I
Excellent.
feel such pressure.
All right.
Oh, so we're live streaming.
We are now technically live for any that want to partake, and I'll share that link out.
Excellent.
I'll share it to the Facebook page that I have made for us versus my own personal page because people had their chance.
Well, welcome, gentlemen, and anybody who's spectating. This is the beginning of our brand new, spanking original Carnival of Empire campaign set in a campaign world of my creation, but using the Pathfinder rules and also a lot of the Galarian-specific deities and that sort of thing. And we are broadcasting on Roll20 using all sorts of wonderful bits and pieces from around the interwebs. Stuff from Dungini, stuff from Roll20 itself, all kind of stuff. I will eventually make a list of where everything has come from and post it on here somewhere. But allow me to introduce myself to people who might be listening. My name is Tom Zadoyko. I will be the game master for our little event here. And if I could just have my my friends and players, let me have you introduce yourselves.
Right.
Let's start with our tech guru.
Hey, my name is Crispy. I'll be playing Escapo Gaspacho, locally known escape artist for the Caravan of... What's our caravan name? I've been jokingly calling it the Caravan of Mystery. So,
Well, Emmerich is the leader of the caravan,
Right.
but he might very well go with Caravan of Mystery.
It does sound terribly mysterious.
There-
Magical mystery caravan.
That's right.
And all of our caravans are painted blue and green and orange.
that's right.
Right. And there's lots of Great Danes around.
Yes.
Or in this case, a giant hawk.
Yeah.
All right. So Escapo is also what race is Escapo?
Half-elf.
Half elven.
And we're playing a level 1, so he's officially a level 1 rogue escapeologist.
Ooh, very good. And then we'll move on to Ryan, if you would.
Hi, I'm Ryan Gelotti. I will be playing Wilstrom, who is a halfling hunter. Specializing in having an animal companion. In this case, I am accompanied by the ornate hawk eagle. Phoenix is her name.
Ah, very nice. And moving on to Victoria.
Madam Victoria, a human medium spirit dancer.
Ooh. And
Very cool.
and last but certainly not least,
Hello, my name is Arthur, and I will be playing Crane Stormhammer, who is a dwarven Zen archer. And I'm just now figuring out how to change my name. There we go, so that it is reflected as such.
excellent. Well then, let us not dilly-dally. Let us begin. Our heroes are part of a caravan. For those of you listening, they are a group of traveling performers in several various styles of wagon, moving their way across the Henrique Empire, somewhat analogous to the Holy Roman Empire of the 1500s. It is a collection of provinces, more of a confederation, that have come together with an emperor, but the empire is very loose, just like the Holy Roman Empire was. The emperor is elected every 20 years. They decided to not go with a life appointment, given that there are dwarves and elves who also live in the empire.
that
And
makes
wisely,
sense.
they decided 20 years was a sufficient time for any one emperor to reign. So therefore, they have made it all the provinces get votes to vote on their emperor. The capital of the empire is a city called Reichsbaden. However, our heroes are nowhere near there. They wintered. The caravan has wintered over in the large town of Sarsbaden, which is to the south and west of the capital. And they have set off now that it is spring. It is an early spring. They have set off to make their way up through the empire, trying to perform and make some coin as they travel, and bring a little joy to the villages, towns, and hamlets along the way. They are currently in the village of Halhoff, where it is time for their annual spring festival, and you have arrived a day or two early. Emmerich, the owner of the caravan, the man of the hour, he's also serves as your, if we were to compare it to a circus, your ringmaster. So Emmerich has arranged with the village to put on a show tonight, and I am going to give you this opportunity to decide what are you going to do for your acts, because you are all performers. You will be asked to perform this evening, so give it a little thought. What do you want to do this evening, and then we'll get to the actual performance. So you can talk amongst each other about it.
All right.
Yes.
Well, it's pretty much one thing I do.
Escapo's only good at one thing, right? Yeah.
Wilstrom's act is essentially a straight-up falconry show, although it gets progressively, maybe stranger's not quite the word, maybe it gets more impressive as it goes on. Basically, the grand finale is that Phoenix, who is a relatively normal-sized hawk, she's maybe a little large for her species, actually swoops down and picks him up and drops him on like top of a wagon or some sort of display of great strength. Wilstrom is a halfling, so he's not huge, but it's still
You weigh what, about 35 pounds?
Yeah, 35 pounds, and if I'm fully kitted up for adventuring, I'm probably closer to 50.
It's a pretty strong hawk you've got there.
Yeah, let's assume for the performances, you're probably not kitted up for
not kitted up for adventuring, but still,
35 pounds.
Yeah.
For a hawk.
Actually, my act is it needs work. It's been very clear. This is the performance side of things. Is not, his flair is lacking. Let's put it that way. It starts off with a standard target, which he shoots at with his bow and arrow, and usually not terribly accurately. But then he quaffs an ale, and then shoots at the target and gets a little bit better. And then essentially it just becomes a thing of more difficult targets, but he chugs a beer after each one, getting progressively better at it. Again, right now, I'm sure the ideal that people have been working with him on is more like the, showing the beer to everyone and then throwing it back. Like right now, it's literally just he grabs the beer, throws it back, and shoots at it. But
This is excellent.
Add a little town music to the background here, a little town sounds.
Yeah.
You're in a little town.
ooh, I hear it.
There we go.
Madame Victoria isn't so much a main stage or even a stage performer so much as she is a private audience performer, whether it be individuals who she gives readings to, or whether she gets a group of people around a table to conduct a seance. So not the sort of act that goes in front of a large crowd of people, but more individual readings and things like that.
All right.
I have a variety of methods of either fortune telling or contacting spirits, dead or present. I have some spells and what have you. I think the ones that I settled on were was it dancing lights, so that I can basically create a glowing image in the back of the tent behind me for the seated person to fixate on while I blather on and do cold reading. uh, so that's pretty much it. I have some legitimate methods of doing divination and contact with the dead, but the way I see it, those kind of come at a higher price, and I bill them as such.
Makes
Very
sense.
good.
Nice.
And Escapo.
Escapo here.
Wait, before I do, Victoria, is there any way you could turn down your mic just a little bit? I've actually had somebody text me who is watching on Twitch that your
Oh
mic
God!
is
God.
a little loud.
I actually just
Somebody
attempted to
actually-
change it in Roll20, and it didn't change the volume at all.
We will give this an honest shot.
That's awesome. Immediate feedback.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll get on that if you want to move on to the.
Very good. As such, now, Escapo, what will your act consist of?
So Escapo is good at the one thing, and that's escaping. It's very important. I put on the vest, I hang from the ropes and the rafters, and I make daring escape over whatever wild animals we happen to have. It is high pressure, it is high spectacle, it is what the people have come to expect out of Escapo.
They expect it.
They
All right.
expect it. They expect the escaping's very loved, you see.
Oh, of course.
Of course. It's early
All right.
reality television, it's fine.
Well, very good. Excellent. So, it has become time for the festival as evening falls. The wagons are arranged in the center of town. Stages have folded out from the sides of the wagons, very a la Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, to provide space areas for everything. There are props and such set up in the middle. The audience is gathered to the south in a semicircle sort of amphitheater. The town is not very large. It is a population of maybe 400 people, so not a very big town, but it is conveniently on the way to larger settlements. So why not stop on the way and help pay for the journey? Is the thinking of Emmerich. So Emmerich begins the evening. He gets it. Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, please gather around. Gather around. Yes, it is time. It is time for the festival. May I present all the way from the far eastern regions upon the steppes, our very own, the strongest man alive. I give to you Heinrich. And Heinrich comes out. Heinrich is a massive man. He is a muscle upon muscle, bare-shirted, and there are many various heavy implements arrayed out all around him. The village anvil from the blacksmith shop has even been drug over to give a sense that this is not fake, this is real. And he proceeds to perform various feats of strength, wowing the audience with his abilities. The crowd gives a wonderful round of applause. They're very impressed. And Heinrich steps back. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, says Emmerich, I'd like to present to you the one, the only, the amazing crack shot Crane.
Willstrom starts the applause if the audience doesn't.
So yeah, he just sort of, and sets up the first target, shoots at it, and
Does he deliberately miss, or is he?
he sort of catches it on the edge of it. So people are
Roll to hit to see
Yeah.
to see exactly how close you get it to where you want it.
Yes, let's see here. All right. So, rolling to hit. This will be my first time using the system here, but I think
For those that are watching on Twitch, we have put all of the character sheets into the system, so you should be able just to click on the weapon and it will give you an attack.
I'll show mine off real quick. This is what the character sheet looks like. And when you click on these abilities, it'll roll. As you can see, Crane has just rolled.
Oh, I see. I rolled twice accidentally.
All right.
But technically, the first roll was correct.
All right. So your first roll, not only do you not miss the target, you not miss it by a lot.
By a lot, yes.
It actually thunks into the side of your one of the wagons. Emmerich gives you a glare. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to have to fix that now. What are you doing?
I got it. He goes, takes a drink, and shoots again.
Shoots again at the target. Go ahead and give a roll there. Now, this time, the wooden target that is set up on a little easel-like structure thunk right in the center. And the crowd seems impressed that the more Crane drinks, the better he gets. What is your next trick, Crane? Now that you've gone this far,
I mean, in theory, it's just a progression of shooting at targets while drinking.
Very well.
I think by the end it becomes more about. By the end, at least at this stage of his development, by this point, it's also about. My God, he's thrown back a staggering amount of ale.
I mean, we know dwarfs drink, but this guy.
Good God.
Well, the targets get progressively smaller, and Crane manages to hit them all. However, now he moves on to a target thrown into the air.
Target thrown into the air.
Is it Wilstrom?
Heinrich looks a little curious after the first shot that you have given, but now he seems a little bit more relaxed. He steps out, and he's got basically like what would be a softball-sized soft target that he prepares, and he tosses it into the air. So, Crane, give me an attack roll.
All right. What's the AC on this one then?
The AC.
I assume it's trickier than 10. I would assume.
Yes, it's going to be a 15 to hit this as it flies.
All right. Let's see how this goes. That is a negatory.
The first arrow sails wide of the target.
So this is the point where I'd probably want to use my perform skill to try to sort of essentially play it off as now part of the act is the comic thing about the drunk dwarf shooting stuff.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a performance roll.
This is also not going to be a very high roll, but here we go.
However, they totally buy it. Oh, he missed that one on purpose to build tension. Clearly, that's what happened. So, throw once again, Crane.
Oh, God.
Heinrich throws again. Go ahead, shoot at it again. Heinrich flinches and ducks as an arrow sails over his head into the wagon once again. Emmerich does not look pleased. Go ahead, give me another. But Heinrich dutifully retrieves the target, glances at you, counts on his fingers 1, 2, and then shrugs. So this is clearly your third try. He throws it in the air again.
All right. So,
the arrow nips off the side of it, and doesn't
count.
That doesn't actually sticks in it. It deflects the target off to the side a little bit. The crowd gives a half-hearted spattering of applause.
Yes, it needs work. It needs work. It's just.
But you are now expected to do a finale trick. What is your finale trick?
Oh God, that was my finale trick. Actually, you know what? I like the idea of instead of Crane having been with you guys with the caravan for months, I'm actually starting to think it's like maybe he's relatively new, and up until now he's just been the hunter. Like I go out and I shoot game to bring back to the campfire. So
his first day on job.
I think you've been with them since the winter, so you've only been with them for about 3 months. And it's your first show.
Can Wilstrom help out with the finale? I have an idea for like the comic relief of the finale.
By all means, yeah.
So
Crane looks desperately over at the halfling, who has some measure of camaraderie, being even shorter than Crane is at the halfling. And Crane looks over at Wilstrom.
Willstrom gives you the I got this look, and kind of gestures for you to get an arrow out and ready. And Willstrom even says, oh, "Don't knock it yet. I have planned for you. This is going to be great." And then looks at Phoenix, gives Phoenix the little nod and kind of a mental command, and Phoenix picks up the target and brings the target and basically puts the target in your hand.
So you know what? I think there's that moment of I appreciate that. Thank you. He's about to do just the comic thing of like as it's brought right up to him and shoot him.
Right.
And then there's a moment he grabs the target, throws it as hard as he can into the air.
All right.
Takes the arrow and shoots it. Because I just forgot about my perfect strike feat, which allows me to roll twice to the attack, take the higher roll.
Well, do it.
And then also I can. I'm also going to make a point to try and shoot the target when it's still less than 30 feet away, so I can get a point-blank shot.
Easily done.
Yes. So let me see. How do I do that with? How do I add a modification to my roll? Like a one-time modifier.
I would suggest just rolling it, like roll, slash R1 D6. Boom. So that's my modifier. Yeah, I would, maybe something like that. I've built modifications into my table by building abilities. So
that makes sense. Yes.
Yes, but for right now, you can just to make it easy.
Now,
roll, and I will just add it the number.
Add one to each of these rolls here.
Add one to each of these following rolls. 14, 17. Yes.
There we go.
The Crane at the very last throws it up in the air as it reaches the apex. This red, squishy cloth, imagine like a cloth softball in the air. Finally, and when it hits its apogee, he hook, and an arrow pierces through it and lands on top of the wagon. Phoenix the Hawk, not being one to be upstage, swoops over, grabs the arrow, and brings it back to Crane, dropping it into his hand. And the crowd.
And Crane will actually gesture to Phoenix to give some applause there too.
Phoenix preens briefly, a light of intense satisfaction shining in her eyes, and then flies back to Willstrom. Now then, Escapo,
yeah.
Emmerich comes back out once again and says, ladies and gentlemen, this is amazing. We have all the way from the southwest across the mountains. We have Escapo Gazpacho, everyone.
Yeah, let's hear from Escapo. That's me. That's me.
All right. What is your first escape?
For my first escape is a very simple. It gets the crowd warmed up for my first escape. It's very mysterious. Very mysterious. I have at this point I'll drop the voice. I'll have more the classic. Actually, let's tone it down a bit to get people laughing. Chinese finger trap style device. I will ask her from the Escapo for this big, beautiful fan participation. I need a volunteer from the audience to help me with tonight. Do I have any volunteers?
A lot of kids.
Of course. That kid over there, the really seedy looking one. I'll take that one.
All right.
You little man, come join Escapo here with me.
Yeah, I help you.
Excellent, and bring your strudel. It's great. All right, and so I have the most ancient escaping device seen from the eastern marches, whichever the region beyond the east that you and I were talking about. Never before seen. And I produce with lots of flair the torture device, the Chinese finger trap. I know. It does not look very entertaining, but Escapo will prove. Here, little boy, give me your hand. And he asks for the little boy's hand. Give me your hand. And while Escapo, put one finger in this hole.
All right.
All right, excellent. Now put the finger in the other hole.
All right.
All right, good. Now, try to pull your fingers apart.
He struggles for a few moments, and his face turns red. He is very embarrassed and upset that he cannot do it.
See, everyone? Very difficult. Little boy, can your fingers be released from Escapo's device?
Get me out of this!
Does anyone want to buy a little boy? We have a little boy for sale. No? Okay.
A half orc in the back raises his hand furiously.
That's it. All right, we'll speak later. All right, little boy. And without the kid noticing, I remove it by pushing his fingers together, pop it off of him. It's like, aha, the boy is now free. Huh? Yeah? And hopefully there's a crowd applause.
There's a smattering of applause.
Right, this is not impressive. I know my style. All right, go back to your seat then, little boy. And then I then do the same thing. I put it on. All right, now I need to make this. I need to make this dangerous. I need to make this exciting. And then he will go and run into the audience proper, like right there. Stand up on an empty seat of the bleacher. It's like, I need someone to cover my eyes so I cannot see how to remove this finger trap, so I can escape. He goes to point to someone.
A young lady.
Excellent. He goes to point to the young lady. Oh, Escapo chooses. You young lady. Yes, please stand behind me. Give her a round of applause, everyone. Young lady. Your name there. All right, young lady. What is your name?
Hilda.
Hilda. All right, everyone. This is Hilda, and she's going to be my human blindfold. So Hilda, if you could just place your hands above my eyes like I'm doing with my own, and I'll lean into her.
All right. She does.
She smells wonderful, everyone. This is fantastic. And then I'm like, all right.
You see what you can only assume is her father off to the side, sniffing when you say that.
Excellent. Excellent work. All right. So now on the count of 3, everyone, I need you to count down from 3, and when you go 3, 2, 1, yay! When you scream yay, Escapo escape. Everyone ready? All right. Everyone, count down for me. Hilda, you eyes tight. I cannot see anything. Are you all right, Hilda?
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, Hilda is ready, everyone. All right. On your count, audience. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, and he pushes together and pop, with a flourish, releases his finger from the finger trap. It flies into the air, and he goes to catch it.
They all applause.
Yeah, it's the pity.
It's still not like, oh my god, that was amazing. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that was cute.
All right. Yes. Yeah. Everyone, a round of applause for Hilda. And back to your seat, and I go back to the stage. All right. The big trick. Everyone has come here to see Escapo escape, yes? We're here for escaping.
You see lots of nodding from the audience.
Excellent. Now that we're stretched up, we've warmed up, please bring forth the jacket. And I ask whomever assistant we have at the circus to bring out my jacket.
Heinrich comes out with the big jacket.
Heinrich, yes. Our big muscly, everyone, round of applause for Heinrich here. There, he is going to Heinrich. He has a maneuver that you just cannot believe.
It's a good maneuver.
It's more a gesture, really. So you big guy, strap me into the jacket. So I put the jacket on, 2 sleeves at a time, like I do.
Emmerich looks at you and says, yeah. However, to make sure that it is not any tricks at all, how about we get the audience to strap you into the straight jacket?
That's a good idea, audience. Yes, good. I would clap, but I'm in jacket. Thank you. All right, I need another volunteer from the audience.
Emmerich picked out 2 big, burly farm hands.
Of course he did.
To come out. And they strap you into the straitjacket.
And I can. We've never met each other before today, right? This is new. We've never met each other. I swear, I've never. Do I owe you money? That's really tight. Very confused. All right, so I'm in jacket. I'm snug in jacket. Yes, Escapo is in jacket. All right. Now, actual blindfold, please. If I could have the actual blindfold.
Heinrich blindfolds you.
Excellent. All right. Now, I cannot see. Escapo is tightened. I struggle with the jacket, trying to sell the act. Like, oh, this is tough. Oh, Escapo is so but this is not exciting enough. This is not dangerous enough for Escapo. Does the audience need more danger? Yeah.
You hear, yeah,
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. All right, I bring. See, I'm assuming this is all like one same circus area, so there are lots of pieces for other acts and things like that. All right, and at that point, I will say, lower the rope for Escapo. And at
there's
that point,
an arm that comes off one of the wagons that has been set up on like a essentially what is a 4x4, and then there's an arm that comes out and there's a pulley on top, and a rope comes down
excellent
with a hook on the end.
Yes, yes. Nice. Here is Escapo will now be lifted up on high, hung upside down.
Heinrich is busy already tying ropes around your ankles.
And then from the air, Escapo will escape for you. And all right. Are we tied in? Are we ready? Are we ready to lift?
They hoist you up into the air. With
all right.
Farmhand
and
Heinrich pull you up into the air.
Excellent. And I'm hearing. How far off the ground am I? You said.
You're about. Your head is about 10 feet off the ground.
10 feet. That's pretty high. That's not
bad.
Yeah.
There.
All right. So the crowd. He looks to the Escapo. Can't look to the crowd. Like Escapo is now ready to escape. But is this dangerous enough? Does the audience need more danger?
What a stupid question.
Yeah, of course they do. I'm like, now for the final component of this great escaping act, light the fire. And there's a fire pit underneath.
There is a brazier is brought out, a metal fire pit that you would have in a backyard. Mm-hmm. So it's basically a large metal bowl is brought out and set alight directly underneath you. Not huge flames, because they don't want it to reach all the way up to you, but certainly flames.
I definitely feel the heat now. It's getting hot in here for Escapo, yes. All right.
Now to escape, I'm going to have you do some escape artist checks.
That's right, which I get a plus 11.
Very good. So, first, to get out of the jacket, you've gotten out of jackets before.
Oh, yeah.
You only need a 15 to get out, so give me a roll for that.
Man, I hope I don't mess this up. Well, a 29 too.
With a 4, you shrug out of the straitjacket. However, your feet are still tied and you are upside down.
And I'm still blindfolded.
And you're still blindfolded.
All right.
To get out of this, you will need, let's say, a difficulty of an 18 to execute it flawlessly and climb on top of the beam.
All right. Are we still doing escape artist? Or
yep.
Okay. 18 for flawless.
Oh!
Little slip.
Yeah, there's a little slip. You fumble a bit. You actually drop your blindfold by accident into the fire.
But it's all part of the show.
Give me a performance check to see if the audience thinks it's all part of the show. And you just did. 23, they think it is, in fact, all part of the show.
Oh, no! Escapo almost died for you.
And the audience cheers wildly as you slide down the pole. And well done there.
And for my next trick, I escape from the stage. Good night, everyone.
They give you a wonderful round of applause. Heal the wink as you leave. Emmerich comes back out. And ladies and gentlemen, and now I may present to you the fact there is no greater bond than the bond between a man and his companion. His animal companion. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the diminutive, but still mighty, Wheelstrom! And his faithful assistant, who you have already met, Phoenix! Phoenix swoops in.
Excellent. Thank you very much, everyone. This, as Emmerich has said, is the great Phoenix. Everyone, nice round of applause for Phoenix. And I have Phoenix swoop down and land on my falconry glove. I rattle off some of the facts about Phoenix. She is an ornate eagle.
Pause for just a moment. Whoever is getting their food, mute your mic when you get food. And
good point. Thank you. Thank
for
you
our
very
people
much.
who are listening along. Thank you very much.
So crackly. So this is Phoenix. She is an ornate hawk eagle. She is not from this part of the world. She is from whatever this world's equivalent of South America would be, but somehow she has made her way to our land. My father raised her from a hatchling, and now She is my best companion, and she is very skilled hunter as well. In fact, one of her favorite prey that she can capture is here in our audience. No one move. It's there. Do you see it, Phoenix? Go get it. And Willstrom gestures into the audience, and Phoenix flies out and fetches a man's hat off of his head.
All right. Give me. Let's see. To send your.
So for me, that would be a handle animal.
Yes.
Roll. It is because it is my animal companion. I get a +4 to this roll. So
this is a relatively easy.
Yeah,
thing.
it's one of the tricks that I know, or that Phoenix knows. So it's just a DC 10 for me
D10, perfect.
to do fetch, and I get a +4 to whatever this roll is. I literally can't fail. So see, there you go.
Phoenix speeds off across the crowd, heads toward a man's little green cap with a feather on it that's stuck on his head. He's wearing lederhosen because why not?
Because stereotypes.
Stereotypes.
Because
Phoenix swoops down to grab. Give me a we'll do it against touch AC, and we're gonna make it really easy. Give me an attack from Phoenix.
All right.
To make sure she grabs it without hurting the man. The higher, obviously, the better.
Let's do that.
Boom!
How about a 16?
Perfect. Snatches it off of the man's head. He, before he can even flinch, and swoops back, drops the hat in your hand, perches on your arm.
Thank you, Phoenix. This is exactly what I wanted. It is. I try it on. It's much too big for my head. Of course, it falls
gigantic on you.
Falls down over my eyes. This will not do, Phoenix. If you could please take it back to the nice gentleman, and Phoenix will deliver. He will use the animal companion trick, deliver, and he will take the hat back to him.
I'll give you the animal handle for the to give the command to deliver, which is probably a DC 10 again, right?
Yep, it's a trick I know. So
just did it.
However, that roll should be 4 higher than it actually is.
Very good, very good.
Because
Phoenix looks at the hat for a moment and the feathers that are coming out of it, and considers preening those feathers, and then goes, "Oh no!" Flies it out to the man. Give me the same touch attack to drop it back on the man's head.
Ooh.
She does not manage to drop it on his head, but drops it in his lap. And
that's exactly what I meant for her to do.
So, but everyone is still very impressed,
yes.
And there's lots of cheering and clapping.
Next, I will do have her do some target grabbing, basically kind of almost the same thing that Crane was doing. Throw a target in the air that she'll swoop by and grab.
We'll just do one of those to give an example of how it goes. So this is going to be a little harder. This is going to be an armor class of, let's say, 14, as it's 13, as it's a small thing flying in the air.
All right.
So give me an attack roll from Phoenix.
All right, so some trickery, some use of class abilities here. Hunter animal companions have a thing called Animal Focus, which lets them adjust some of their ability scores temporarily. So I'm going to add 2 to Phoenix's dexterity, and that should make her to hit chance a little bit better. Anyway, so her dex increases, and she swoops at the target and gets a 14.
Snatches it out of the air, brings it back. And this is just exemplary of all of your tricks.
And one of the things that happens in the act is that the targets keep getting bigger and bigger, and she's able to grab and carry them. Before the show, I cast the spell Ant Haul on her, and what Ant Haul does is it triples her carrying capacity. It doesn't actually like affect her strength in terms of like stat wise, in terms of combat wise, but just straight up carrying capacity, it triples it. So she can carry up to 75 pounds and still fly.
Very well. I saw that you had cast that previously.
Which for a For a 7-pound bird carrying 75 pounds, that's pretty damn impressive.
It answers that question.
Yeah.
Um,
So yes, all of this leads up to the grand finale. Is it's probably done comically. I think Willstrom probably says, "Go grab that thing and put it over there," but actually he's telling her to pick him up and put him on top of a wagon.
All right, let's do a handle animal to make sure she got the command correctly, that she didn't actually go to do the thing you just said.
Okay.
But you rehearsed this, so it's
Yep.
it's just gonna be a DC 10.
Yep. And again, this is add 4 to this roll.
Got it?
Oh, yep. 13.
She swoops out. Phoenix banks back around. Comes on in. Are you doing anything to assist her in grabbing you?
Yeah, I probably have some sort of almost like epaulets on my leather armor that's looks like epaulets, but it's actually secretly designed to pick me up by that.
All right, give me an attack, and it's just a 10 is all she needs.
Excellent. Get that. Let's do this since that's the same.
Boom!
I'd call that a hit.
Doesn't even break stride in her flapping.
Yeah.
Down, grabs you, pulls you up, and deposits you right where you said to deposit the other item. And the crowd goes crazy.
And then I play it off like I'm not supposed to be up here. Does anyone have a ladder that I could get down?
Do you have any performance?
Nope.
All right. Well, then we're just going to leave it at that. The crowd cheers, and you eventually climb your way down. Emmerich says, "Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you." And that was Willstrom. Yeah, it's very good, very good. And finally, I have for you this evening. We have the one, the only, the great Geschingnecht. The illusionist, and it's a gnome, and he comes on out, and he does a big, fantastic display, pyrotechnics, illusions. Emmerich tells a story that goes along with the illusions he is weaving. He's telling a classic tale of a dragon attacking the mountains, and it's basically a almost like a movie that you're watching that he does, and that is their grand finale. The audience cheers at the end. Everyone seems to be having a wonderful time. While all this has been going on, and before and after, Victoria has been set up in a separate little tent set off to the side, doing various divinations and all that. So now we go to Victoria. Victoria, can you hear me from beyond?
I can. Can you hear me? That's the real trick.
Yes. We,
Okay.
Simply more quiet, but yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
Yes.
well, I can adjust that.
Yeah,
Just a little
bring
bit.
it up just a little. Yeah.
Just a wee bit.
All right. Boom.
All right.
Hold on. I've lost it.
The people who are listening say you sound much better now.
Who are these people watching?
Yeah, seriously. Who are these strange phantom things? And
Thank you for watching, everyone. That is.
yes, hello.
How's that?
Very good. How's that?
Okay, good.
Excellent. Perfect. And so the first person to enter is Hans, and Hans is like, "Oh yeah, I want to contact my dead mother. I just wanted to know what she never told me who my father really was. Could you help me?"
Well, we will see if it is in the cards for you, my friend. Come over here. Sit here on this nice big pillow. And I have a table set up and a pillow on both sides of the table. And the inside of the tent has plenty of candles strewn about. Not just strewn. You know, they're sitting on things safely so that the tent doesn't burn down. So, yes, sit here.
He's
Across
obviously
from Madame Victoria.
Hans is obviously a woodcutter by trade. He's not the brightest man in the world, but he is fairly strong, and he's probably in his early 30s.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm going to, as I take him over to the table, I'm gonna look at his hands, look at, just kind of make a real point of looking him over. Let me have a look at you, dear. Yes. Oh my, a big, strong one you are. Yes. Oh, I haven't had one as big and strong as you in this tent for quite some time. Hmm. Now let us see what we can do for you. Do you have an item, perhaps, an item that belonged to your long dead father?
I don't know who my father was, but I do have this from my mother, and
Oh,
he presents a small locket that is around his neck. It's a small silver locket, um, um, just carved with a little to my beloved son Hans is all it says on it. She He holds it forward to you. He's like, yeah, she had this made for me when I was 16, and so I've had it ever since.
very well. Put it on the table.
He's a little hesitant at first. He puts it on the table.
Don't worry, dear. I won't take it from you. You could overpower me in a moment.
Um, Give me a sense motive.
Will do. Find that nonsense.
He is not aggressive, but he is worried. All right.
Very well. Then, can I make a diplomacy check to put him at ease?
Yes, you most certainly may.
Very well.
Oh, he relaxes under your ministrations and realizes that you mean no harm to him or the item, and that you are only here to help.
Very well. Then I'm going to go about this using. Where is it? Um, Prognostication.
All
So
right.
I will.
Prognostication for me.
What's that?
Please describe what prognostication will do for me.
This is an occult skill unlock. So this uses my sense motive. Guess this is the best way to go about doing it.
And what will it give you if you are successful?
The best thing, actually, this might not be the best thing to do this with, because this acts as an augury spell, and that will only tell me what can or may happen within a certain period of time. So it looks like I'm gonna bluff my way through this shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a true fortune teller.
And then hope we're long gone by the time he finds his father.
I'm
Or
sensing
doesn't find his freaking father.
that your mother's name began with a letter D.
Yeah. We'll go through
Actually,
all this.
that's close to D. So.
Let me go ahead with
Other side of D. Maybe it was an E. Maybe it was a C. Carl, yes, sounds like it.
Yes.
yes.
All right, give me your bluff roll.
All right. Before I do this, I'm going to make a big hoopla of trying to contact the spirit realm. I will cast my knack of dancing lights, which will summon 4 orbs.
Right.
Four orbs that will start in the top of the tent and slowly work their way down, just sort of spinning about and meandering about the tent as I'm basically speaking in tongues. Let's see. Then I will go ahead and summon.
What is it that's giving you a spell failure chance?
What's this? Where? What are
So
talking
you
about?
rolled dancing. It says spell failure. It said you rolled a 1 on a D100, which is below a 5% failure. Is there something that you are equipped with that is causing
Padded armor.
Okay, well, I assume you're not wearing the padded armor for this, so don't worry about the spell failure.
Also, he shouldn't have a spell failure chance.
Certainly not when he's performing like this, because he wouldn't be wearing the padded armor either.
No, I think straight up a medium doesn't have spell failure chance. Like
Oh no, they don't.
Like a wizard does. I think.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that because you're.
Well, it's verbal and semantic. It might give it to it because it.
But
might...
like clerics can wear armor, so I think it's a class thing,
right? But
armor thing.
But they still get a spell failure chance.
No, clerics do not.
Not at all.
No.
Well, all right. Well, something to look up for later. But anyway, you wouldn't be wearing armor. You wouldn't be wearing the armor for this anyway. So it goes off. You have your dancing lights floating around.
Well, the armor is my fat suit.
You wear a fat suit?
Yes. She is. Madam Vicky is a slender woman, almost stick-like. But in order to put on the proper facade that she is trying to create, she wears something to give her the appearance of a slightly elderly woman. So a little bit more padding in various places. This is the only way I could justify wearing padded armor.
Very well.
So she would be actually probably wearing it.
All right. We're going to let it go up regardless.
Okay.
As Ryan seems to think that the rules are that it doesn't count. We'll look it up for later.
I promise you,
I'm going to go with it for now because it sounds logical.
Neat.
And
I'm going to go ahead and in the midst of that also channel my my trickster legend, which will allow me to take 2 chosen skills to count as class skills and get ranks in them. So I'll get a +1 to that bluff.
Very well.
And
I'm going to give you another +1 because you have dancing lights going around to help distract.
Wow. All right, here we go, Charlie. He ain't buying that shit.
He's confused. He's like, you start to tell him about who his father could be, and he's like, you start to tell him that his father was probably a nobleman, a gentleman who was passing through his town and through the town and had a tryst with your mother, and Hans is like, but no nobles ever comes through here. We're so far away. No one ever shows up. No one. It's a 5-day ride to the nearest castle. I don't understand what you mean. And now you have to recover from that to sort of So give me do you have performance?
I have profession. I wasn't sure whether to take perform fortune teller or profession fortune teller.
Well, give me profession fortune teller.
I took profession fortune teller.
You to talk your way out of the faux pas you've obviously made. You managed to convince him enough that he's not totally like, you're a fraud. He's not telling everything.
There's a sign outside of the tent that says for entertainment only. So.
For entertainment purposes only. We're sorry.
No refunds.
Even so, I am a fraud.
Do you want to try to get him back? Because right now you're going to leave an unsatisfied customer.
Yeah, absolutely. If there is the opportunity to bring him back, I will bring him back.
All right. What do you want to do to try to bring him back?
I don't know. We'll just keep talking out of the side of my mouth, I guess.
What I like is that this guy has shown he hasn't in any way been impressed by the dancing light show that's been going on, or like the actual instances of real magic.
I gave a bonus to the bluff roll, but the fact that he rolled a 1 did not help his bluff roll. So to get your ass out of this, go ahead, roll another.
Let me make a hypnotism roll.
Oh, even better.
This is gonna go great.
I don't see
So
how
this
this
is-
could possibly go bad.
This
So
can't.
this is another occult skill unlock. I can use it once per day. And this is the DC of a diplomacy check to hypnotize is 20 plus the subject's will save modifier against mind affecting enchantment.
Well, good news on that. He's
So, so I'm going to implant suggestion, and the suggestion is going to be that I was the best fortune teller that he's ever seen,
fair enough.
and that he believed every word that I told him.
All right.
So, okay, so this is with my diplomacy.
And you said it's a DC 20 plus his.
The subject's will save.
He has no bonus or negative
Okay.
will save, so it is simply a DC 20.
Okay. But the DC is 10 or higher. Continues. Okay. Give this shit on a shot.
Hell, yummy!
Sweet Lord.
You sway Hans, the meat slabs recollections and will to believe that my father, maybe he was an errant knight who was traveling through the area.
That would explain so much.
I will explain why I'm so big and strong, and why I'm so smart. This is thank you so much. Thank you. I will go and find out his name. Do you give him anything else to go on?
No, get him out of my tent. I want his money.
That's fair.
You give him a the spirit world is cloudy and misty. I can see. And he's like, "What is my family?" He goes, "What is my family crest? At least tell me." What is
Madam Victoria is tired, dear. It takes a lot of energy to channel these spirits.
what is
Come
my
back.
family crest? I have to find him.
There's something
He
rampart.
will find you in time.
Oh, it's coming back. Yeah. And with that, you finally get him out of the tent, get him away.
Get him out of here.
get this clown out of here. All right, the evening winds down. It ends with the big illusionist show, and at the end of it all, Emmerich closes up the wagons. You guys pull together for your evening. The townspeople are happy and gratified that you've been here, and you pull together about all told to split amongst you. You each get about an extra 10 gold pieces. It's a small village.
Hey,
So when you split everything, it's about
nothing to sneeze at.
10 gold pieces each that you have collected over the course of the evening's entertainment.
that is not terrible at all. I'll take that.
I mean, it's all right.
Mhm.
Let me add that to my sheet.
And the camp settles down for the evening. Emmerich comes to each of you in turn and there's a Escapo, that was great. I loved what you did with the fire. Maybe next time we put the spikes down there instead,
Escapo liked that idea, yeah.
Even more dangerous. It's been Wilson, excellent. But maybe next time instead of you swooping down and getting picked up and just put on that little pedestal, we swing you down. He swings down, picks you up, and maybe drops you from a great height and then grabs you again in midair. I don't know. Think about it. Work on it.
That sounds very dangerous, but yes, we work on it.
And Victoria, I heard Hans was very happy when he left, but confused. Make sure you leave them with something that they think is concrete next time. Okay, good. Yeah. And Crane.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We need to work on this a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We need to make sure in the future that you can hit the target sober before you even start thinking. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So we're going to do more practice as we go. But all in all, everyone, good job. Get some rest, and tomorrow we are going to set off for Gillenheim. This is the next town on our route. We're heading to Gillenheim next. It's going to be about a 3-day journey. We're going to go to the woods. So if you need anything here in town, I'm already sending out I'm sending out Ava. Ava is your cook and general camp mistress. Not like that. Older woman. She does all the cooking and cleaning and repairing costumes and all that stuff. So she's an older woman, human, probably in her mid-50s. So he's like, Ava will get us dinner and breakfast in the morning, and we'll have food. We have enough supplies for the 3-day journey, so don't worry about that. But if there's anything else tomorrow, we're going to leave around noon to give you time to do anything in town you need to do. Yeah, very good. Well, good night, my friends. Sleep well. And off he goes. So, you are actually inside the town. The town has a wooden palisade around it. It's not a wall, but there is a you're in the woods fairly well. So it is heavily wooded around. There are some areas that are clear cut for fields. But the town itself, where all the buildings are, is surrounded by an 8-foot high palisade with a gate and several platforms for the local militia to look out over at night to keep everything safe. And the village settles down for the evening. All right, with that, we're going to take a little break. Well done, everyone, in your first performance, your first show. But I'm going to go get myself a little more wine and take care of a couple things.
Sounds like an idea.
And so everybody would like to take 5, and we'll be back in just 5 minutes.
Taking
So
5.
good.
5. Thank you. 5.
Thank you,
Thank
5.
you, 5.
If anybody wants to stay on and chat about their characters to anybody who might be listening, feel free to do so.
I'm also letting people know that we are taking 5 in the chat. If anyone's paying attention to the chat, we have 3 viewers. I believe one of them is Ryan and one of them is me.
And the last one is me.
Oh, excellent.
And Melissa is also watching.
Oh.
So there's Thronezilla. Is that one of you guys?
I don't know.
Nope, that's not me.
All right.
So there's somebody. Welcome,
Yeah.
Thronezilla.
We have Thronezilla, Ozymandias 127.
That is Melissa.
That's Melissa. That makes sense. And so that means Charisma 13
18.
or 18. There's a V in there. I missed that. Charisma 18. Nice. So whoever Thronezilla is.
I don't know why I got so huffy like in the quick Charisma 13. It's 18.
It's 18.
It's 18.
God, Charisma, man, calm down.
God, jeez.
It's legal age, man. It's legal age. It's 18,
Yeah.
man. That would just be creepy.
Right.
All right. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, we'll be back in 5. Take this chance to get some water.
Very well. Is anybody else back?
I am back.
There is Crane.
Crane is finishing up the last of the Glenlivet Founders Reserve.
Oh, very nice. I am currently drinking a giant fuck off glass of wine. It's
There you go.
Apothic has released a red blend. It is called Apothic Brew.
Ooh.
It is
Wasn't
made.
there already an Apothic Red?
Yes, there's an Apothic Red. That's their basic one. There's an Apothic Dark, which is a dark red blend. It's a lot more blackberry. They make a Crush, which is a light red. I'm not a big fan of that one. They also make an Inferno. It's seasonal, usually in the fall and winter, and it's aged in whiskey barrels, so it's got some spiciness to it. And then this is the brew. This is made with a little bit of cold filtered coffee. So it's got a little bit of a chocolatey, it's very slight coffee taste, more in the nose. Melissa says it's got more of a licorice to it, but I don't see that. I don't taste that licorice that she's talking about.
Today's Twitch stream brought to you by Apothic. Drink some.
Apothic. Yes, drink some.
I had considered drinking a German wine, given that we are set in a Holy Roman Empire-esque scenario. However, I didn't feel like having a Gewürztraminer, a sweet white wine.
I'm trying to nail down my accent for this character, and I keep bleeding into what other people are doing.
Yeah. I have a feeling I'm going to be starting from a place of sort of like English country.
Yeah.
Technically, he would be French country, but I cannot do French. So
just like every single version of the Three Musketeers is always done by English folk, or at least
that's true.
People with English accents.
So
same with Les Miserables.
So Duron, which is right on the other side of the mountains from to the west, which is the mountains to the west are where Crane you are from. It is a blend of English and French kind of culture. So I think it is totally fine that it's not a French accent. Like those humans over there are, as you go further and further west, it's more British-y and then more French-y coming in, but there's certainly a lot of overlap between them. So I wouldn't beat yourself up over the accent being.
I keep trying to do basically Christopher Lambert's, which is he Belgian? I think he's actually Belgian.
I think he's Belgian. I think he's a Belgian. Yeah.
Yeah. I keep trying to do that, but I always drift into Edward G. Robinson, or I drift into the accents you guys are doing.
Right, I'm back.
There can be only one. He's got that weird accent.
He's got that weird accent, man.
And it does sound vaguely like Edward G. Robinson sometimes.
All right. Do we have Victoria back?
I don't think so. Which I'm going to take 2 seconds and throw out some trash.
I am right here. I can hear you. God damn it. Go. Just effing go. While he's doing that, is there anything that anybody wants to acquire here in the village before you depart the next day?
So I never actually took the time to load up character gear like sundries, like I guess I messaged you about, because I'm assuming our caravan's gonna have the basics. And
yes.
Again, not being super familiar with Pathfinder, kind of set up something like, do I as a character need to have potions stashed? I mean, I've got some spare daggers.
Anything like
that.
Anything like potions, yes, you would. The caravan has basic sundries like food, candles, parchment, some quills and ink, a couple of extra sacks lying around. It's your bedrolls, all that stuff. Yes, that's included. But like a potion, no. You need to get that on your own.
Okay.
Because they don't really have that. Now, Ava your camp mistress, um, does have some herbalism skills, so she might have a few things here or there, but they are not for free for certain. But she's got a little bit of a herbalist alchemical skill, so she does make some potions and poultices, and here, dearie, here's a love charm kind of thing. Whenever you roll into a town, so she's trying to make a buck too. Whenever you pull into somewhere.
Makes sense.
Also, in your camp, so there's the four of you. There's Emric, who leads you. There's Heinrich, the strongman. Gishengnik, the gnome illusionist.
How do you spell that, by the way? Geshennik.
Gishengnek.
I was close.
Ava, who is the matronly one. There is also Fritz, who is in charge of the horses. You could call him a stable master, but you don't have a stable, so
I imagine I would probably assist with that as well.
yeah. Well, everybody helps with everything.
Yeah, I'm exceptionally good with animals, so that's like my thing.
I'm great at tying knots and untying them, so I'm sure. Yeah. I do one thing, and I do it really well.
Shovel? Do you shovel well?
I shovel well.
I shovel well.
And there is also Peter, and he acts as a driver and handyman for the wagons. So Peter also. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's 10 of you in the caravan total.
Nice.
10 people, split amongst 3 wagons.
Okay, so yeah, 6 of them, 4 of us. Makes sense.
Yep. Wilstrom, I was telling Escapo and Crane, if there's anything you want to purchase in town, if you can find it, because it's a very small town, but depending on anything you might want, now is the time, because you're about to leave at noon.
Mm-hmm. Oddly, I don't know how you feel about this. Yeah, no, never mind. I'm not going to do that now. Yeah.
All right.
I make a.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say the only thing I would do is I kind of try to make a point to sample the local brew of whatever place I go through.
Of course.
Maybe buy a little mini barrel or keg if they're available.
Sure. There is a farmer who actually does a brew which supplies the entire where is it? There it is. The entire village. He's the one that creates everything for it. Let's see here. Where is? That's fine. And his name is Ernst.
Ernst.
He is the local beer maker. He's a farmer. He's got a wheat field, and as a result, he makes a Weiss beer. So Ernst is a beer maker. All right. And let's see how much will he sell you a little barrel for? He'll sell you one for sell you like a little mini barrel for 5 silver pieces.
For 5 silver, fantastic. So,
and given how much you drink,
it's going to say shout out to Roll20 in this character sheet in that it actually makes tracking the minutia of currency somewhat pleasurable.
Right.
Yeah,
And it'll also do weight for you, so you can actually look
Yeah.
at like encumbrance. And
This might be the first time in my 20 years of gaming that I've ever dealt with encumbrance.
yeah,
So you've got a gallon of it
Sweet.
in a little barrel. It weighs about 8 pounds. So there you go. So a gallon of beer would probably last you 2 days,
Yeah.
given from what you've told me, which is fine because there's no refrigeration. It's not going to last that long, regardless.
Yeah. And technically, it is safer than water.
True.
not wrong. Next level, I'll have purified food and drink.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Does anybody have anything else that you would like to purchase while you're here in town?
The only thing I was looking at, but I think I'm going to wait on this, is that given that you started us at maximum gold and we just made 10 more, I think I actually have enough gold right now to afford masterwork armor, but I don't think I'm going to.
What?
I do.
Whoa.
But are you in a village that provides masterwork?
Yeah, that's a
There's the question.
Therein is the question.
But yeah, I don't
No, you are not.
Yeah, I don't think I am, and I don't
Maybe.
think I wasn't going to do it now anyway. Maybe when we get to a bigger city, and maybe when I've made a few more decisions about the future.
The future. So here's a question for Crispy, our fine individual. Apparently, somebody who is texting me is saying that they are trying to chat with the Twitch stream.
Oh, I see chat in there. Is that our hello Ozymandias127?
So I don't know if there's a way to. I honestly don't know how to get to that.
You're not a Twitch guy. Yeah.
I've
I
never Twitched before.
I had to sign up and log in before I could actually see the chat room, I think.
Yeah, if you each have your own Twitch chat, like your own Twitch account open with it, then you can interact with it. Like Ryan, I believe, has a Twitch account as well. For example, Ozymandias says, "Hi, Ryan."
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. All right, sweet. So I don't want the chat to be too much of a distraction for us, but getting
Right,
feedback and
absolutely.
comments, yeah.
And if there are questions,
And I do have someone watching this who's not in the chat who says that our DM has let me find the words there. I believe it was complimenting the audio quality. The DM's audio is really great.
well, that is because
Because he's using the microphone.
Look at the microphone, yeah.
because behold this boom setup. I do audiobooks professionally, so I'm just going through my system for that, as opposed to just a random headset. So that's why my audio quality is what it is.
Excellent.
All right, do we have everyone back? Victoria, are you there?
Yes, I am.
No, very good.
All right.
Victoria creepily lurks in the background.
Creepy.
All right,
That's
very
what she does. I love the fact that she has a fat suit. That makes
Yeah, that's
awesome.
classic.
padded armor fat suit.
Nice.
Or if she doesn't want to be recognized because of all of her fans. And then
Right.
fans.
I always
Past-
have
past
trouble
clients.
justifying armor with half of my characters, and so that's the only way I can justify it.
That makes sense to me.
Yes, and I did double check that on in Occult Adventures. Mediums, much like clerics or druids, they don't have a spell failure chance.
Okay.
In fact, they don't even have verbal and somatic and material components the same way other spellcasters do. There's a whole thing on psychic magic where there's like, I'm trying to remember there, but there's like emotional components and concentration components or something like that. But they take the place of verbal, somatic, and material components. So
Okay, I'll have to look that up.
yeah, look up, double check on like psychic magic and how that works. But it's
So you're telling me if a witch dual classed in fighter and was walking around in full plate armor, they would not have a spell chance failure.
nope. It's most arcane casters, and oddly, witches are an arcane caster. So witches, wizards, sorcerers, magus to some extent.
But the medium does not.
The medium does not. So clerics don't, druids don't, mediums don't, psychics don't. The various psychic spellcasters, they don't have.
Our medium could be walking around in full plate armor and not have any problem.
Correct. However, she's not proficient in full plate armor.
Right, but if she took a level in fighter, she could be.
Sure. Or if she took a feat on it, sure.
Okay.
Or if I
in fact,
channel
mediums are already proficient in medium armor, so she could be walking around in
Ironically enough,
breastplate armor. Mediums are proficient, so it's a
mediums are proficient in medium armor, huh?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah.
Does that any
And
medium applies to them? So like medium creatures, mediums are a medium creature.
uh-huh.
They have
Yeah.
medium armor.
hmm
They roll
The-
medium.
They like their steaks rare. That's a weird thing.
I'm gonna say, what do they order at Starbucks? I'm really confused.
I case of repression. I don't know what.
Too soon. Too soon.
All right.
Happening now.
And if I channel my guardian spirit, I will have heavy armor proficiency,
Well, there you go. All right.
but only for a round at a time.
See, you have to quickly get into the armor and get out.
Yes, exactly.
Well, for now you only have it for a round, but eventually you will have it for more. I assume.
Well, I'll have it for 6 rounds. But yeah, then I've spent for the day, and I better take that shit off.
All right. Does anyone have anything else they want to do in this little village before you leave?
I can't think
Well,
of anything.
man,
We did rest tonight, is that correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
You are fully rested. It was a pleasant evening.
I will recover my one spell I used.
The will keep to himself.
The evening peters out from after the show. These are hardworking folk, so even though they had a day off, the next day they're going to be up and early at it for work again, and so they go to bed early as well. They drink hard, go to bed early, wake up early.
Probably constrained by daylight. Anyway.
Yes, pretty much. Emmerich also, when you wake up in the morning, he's got Ava and has all of you run some errands. Gets a nice breakfast going for all of us, for all of you. You have a wonderful meal. Peter and Fritz hook up all of the draft horses to your wagons, and you are off. The village comes to watch you go. There's people waving on the side. Hilda throws a flower at the scapo.
Hopefully, I catch it.
It's a little bunch of wildflowers she throws to you.
Oh, hopefully, I don't eat them in front of her then.
Phoenix thinks of eating someone's cat, but I stop her. No. Don't leave the cat.
This brings up an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
Birds eat an awful lot.
Sure.
Wilstrom, what are you doing to provide for your bird?
If we don't have a supply for her of meat that we can offer her, then I let her hunt on her own.
All right.
Sure, I'll probably bring back some stuff from my hunts too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
I would happily share whatever meal I have. I just, in fact, I could probably even, as a 35-pound halfling, just feed me. I was gonna say, just feed me like you would feed.
What if you're a French woman? Wait, no, sorry.
Feed me like you would feed any of the humans in the caravan, and then whatever I don't eat, or whatever I get, I will share with.
And the problem is that hawks don't eat the same food you do.
Sure, but they're
not like a dog who would just be like, "Oh, right. Whatever you've got, I'll have it."
Right. This is not Wilstrom's first rodeo when it comes to caravan.
Right. I was just wondering if you had anything special, like Hey, I keep a supply of dead chicks around, or
I'm sure I do. I'm sure I do.
yeah, like I've got a chicken that I when I give it its chicks to. All right. Very well. You set off on the road. It's a winding road. The forest crowds in around you as you leave out from town, heading on your way to Gillenheim, the next village up the road. You are basically traveling a road that is about. It's just a dirt road. It's probably about 15 feet wide, so you can go one wagon at a time through them. Proceeding on roughly to the north and slightly to the north and to the east, the northeast, following several miles inland from the river, making your way up to Gillenheim. The early spring, there's only some foliage starting to come through. It's chilly in the evening. It's mildly pleasant during the day. There are birds starting to come back from the south, so you're starting to hear more of the chirping. You hear the creak of the wheels as your caravan clomps its way through. The morning has passed. You have departed. It is early afternoon. You're traveling through. The weather is clear and pleasant. A little mist starts to settle in the evening, portending a little bit of a chance of rain overnight as you bed down as you come to a stop for the evening. And as you stop for the evening, Emmerich turns to you once again and Brett gathers everybody together and says, very well. Yeah, and who is on watch tonight? Emmerich likes to have a watch schedule of 4-hour intervals. So he will essentially just need 3. So he's looking for volunteers.
I'll take the first one.
Yeah, and very good, Crane. Well done, well done. Anyone else? Anyone else volunteers?
I would happily take the second one. No, I would take the last one right before dawn. I would take the last one before dawn.
Damn it, Escapo not fast enough. Escapo wanted third. I guess Escapo takes second.
Victoria is up at midnight every night anyway. So she'll be up then. I just need an hour beforehand to go through my rituals.
Very well.
My rituals start at half past 11 to half past 12. I want to hit that prime midnight hour for channeling spirits.
So she'll cry more.
The witching hour, as it were.
As it were.
Very well. Emmerich says, very good. Yeah, that's perfect. So Crane and then Victoria and then Escapo. Very good. I mean, then Wilstrom, rather. Very good. Well, everyone get a good night's sleep. We rotate shifts tomorrow for the tomorrow night for the guards, but for tonight, thank you for the 3 of you. And Ava has already prepared dinner. She made it while we were moving, and
scrambled eggs, then, huh?
And enjoy yourselves. Have a wonderful evening. So overnight, as you settle in, you have dinner. Ava has provided for all of you a stew that she made in a cauldron that was cooking while you were walking, while you were going through.
That is impressive.
Did she have a fire, or is it a magical cauldron?
You don't know. Ava keeps to herself about such things.
All right.
But you are all free now to, before even the watches start, have dinner, talk to anybody in the camp that you might want to talk to. If there's anything you want to do this evening, you've got about 2 full days, maybe 2.5 days of journey until you get to Gillenheim. You have left all civilization pretty much behind. If you find anything out here, it's going to be a lone cottage in the woods.
Very well.
Anyone have anything they want to do this evening?
Yeah. Let's see.
There's a mist that is making things damp around you. Not actually raining.
Well, if it's misting, it's probably not the best time for me to start fletching my arrows. So I'll just I'll sample some of this lovely wheat beer that I got from the farmer and stare into the fire.
Nice.
Do you have any, Crane? Do you have any sort of thing related to brewery or anything like that?
I do not. Although
All right.
that's actually, yeah, the profession that I took was for hunting.
It tastes fine then.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
In that case, it's
that's
great.
the nice thing about not having too refined a palate is it's all good.
Exactly, and that's exactly where you are with this.
Yeah.
You're like this is for a beer that's some hick farmer made. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad. Anybody else have anything they want to do in the evening?
I think I will turn in early if I am going to take the last
Dawn.
watch of the night. I turn in early.
Very good. Anybody else?
I will do a card reading to find out how our next day is going to go.
All right.
Whether we can
What does
expect any trouble on the path. It looks like determine the immediate future as an augury spell and has the chance of successfully interpreting meaningful readings equal to 60% plus 5% by every point the check result exceeds the DC. So the DC is going to be 25 plus the creature's hit die. Wow, I don't even know how this is going to work. Yeah, I don't know.
What is the
Skip
spell?
it. I don't even know what it is. It's the occult skill unlocks. It's prognostication. Just forget it. We won't do it.
No. I'm going to look it up real quick and see what it says. Because that's actually really, really cool.
I thought so, but
Glimpse the future. You can see up to a year and a day into the future.
You're looking at the spell, I think.
you're looking at augury.
There's
I looked up prognostication as a spell.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't get that till level 4.
Right. It's not
No.
it's not a spell. It's a skill unlock. A skill unlock is if you have certain abilities, you get what's called skill unlocks, which is you can use a skill in ways that other characters can't, as long as you have that skill at a high enough level. So you actually want to look up occult skill unlocks.
Got it. Yep, I got it. Automatic writing, dowsing, hypnotism.
Yeah, down under sense mode of prognostication.
Sensitive.
Uh-oh.
So you have to. You can
Fucking wolves. Who's on watch?
You can predict a creature's fortune. So all right. So the question is, what creatures?
I would assume that I would do my own reading because I am part of the caravan. So I'm
Right.
using myself as a vessel for the caravan, and I'm doing a reading for myself.
All right. I attempt a secret sense motive with a DC modified by your hit dice. So you're trying to determine the fortune as an augury spell. Is that right?
That's what I'm trying to do, yep. And I
Okay.
have a plus
All right.
8.
So all right. I see what I need to do. Very good. I roll it.
Yeah, okay, good. Makes sense to me.
All right. We'll roll it. I will find out. The future for you is cloudy with a
Oh,
slight chance
no.
of rain. That is your future. You predict dampness in your future.
Excellent. Excellent.
Truly, you are one with the spirits.
It is true. Truly one with the spirits.
Very well. That is what I do.
All right, that's what you got. Let's see. Just double check and make sure nothing crazy happens. And the night passes uneventfully. In the morning, Ava, who seems Wilstrom, you didn't even know that she was moving, but she already has breakfast for you.
Well, that's fantastic. She's up when I start my watch.
No. But partway through your watch, while you're on watch, all of a sudden she appears next to you, startling you slightly, like "Duh." And she has a little pewter plate of some eggs, and some root vegetables for you for the morning. A little piece of bread, and she throws Phoenix a mouse.
Oh,
that who knows where she got it from, but she had a mouse for Phoenix.
it's a mouse. We're in a forest. They're literally everywhere.
Yes, but you never saw her leave the camp.
Our caravan mom is the best mom.
She's the best. I was thinking that as the sun was coming up, I would send Phoenix out to do some hunting as well.
All right. Birds eat a lot, so it's not a bad idea to send Phoenix out to hunt.
Yes.
Does Phoenix have a survival skill?
Sure. It's not good, but she has one.
Give a roll for survival skill. See what Phoenix brings back. Phoenix catches a rabbit
Ooh.
and brings it back.
Well done, Phoenix. You earned that. You can keep that for yourself. We will not tell anyone else that you brought that back.
Phoenix is well fed for the day then.
Yes.
Very well. It is morning. Anyone have anything they need to do in the morning?
Escapo need to Escapo to pee, and so Escapo will be back.
Something need to escape from a scalpel.
That's right.
All right. You begin journeying once again.
Now, is this? Do we all have horses or some such, or do we ride in wagons, or
We're
do we
all-
just walk along?
You are all alternating between walking along because the horses aren't going fast.
Mm-hmm.
They're just pulling the wagons. There are 6 horses. They are there to pull the wagon. They're draft horses.
Cool.
There are 3 wagons. You can easily ride in the wagons, although sometimes it's nice just to walk and not just be bounced around in the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
So, both Peter, Emmerich, and Fritz are driving a wagon. Each one of them is driving a wagon.
Which one was Peter again?
Peter is a driver and handyman
Cool.
who is just along for the ride. He's the guy that fixes the wagons when they break. He's a skilled carpenter as well. So he's the one that keeps the wagons moving. Fritz is the one that cares for the horses at night and during the day. And obviously, Emmerich is the one who owns everything. So the 3 of them are the ones that are actually driving the wagons. They're the ones up in the driver's seats of the wagons with the reins in their hands.
Cool.
Everybody else can either walk or ride. Although, again, sometimes riding in the wagon can be a little jostling if the road's not well. So walking every once in a while is pretty good, too. Emmerich also encourages walking just to give less burden for the horses.
Yes, I would hate for my tremendous weight to bear down on our horses too much. Says the 35-pound halfling.
Yes. No. The irony was implied.
I just wanted to make sure you all understood that I was making a joke. I'm not the comedian like Escapo is.
Oh, Escapo, no.
You know I was making joke, or you know that I am not comedian?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought.
All right. Well, is there anywhere in particular you guys would want to be? There's the 3 wagons have to go in single file.
I guess it would make sense for me. If it's possible for me to ride on top of one of the wagons.
All right.
Because that way I've got lookout.
Which one do you want to ride on top of? 1, 2, or 3?
Probably the first one.
Very well.
I imagine Wilstrom is walking.
All right.
Probably, maybe even ranging ahead, since I'm not terrible with survival and tracking and scouting and that sort of thing.
Emmerich encourages that. Does not insist. He does not insist upon it, but he encourages that. He likes that idea.
In fact, I will. I will definitely scout ahead. I'm not expecting trouble, but I'm,
Your point man.
Yeah, exactly. And to that end, we will swap out my animal focus ability on Phoenix for the Falcon animal focus, which will increase her perception.
Very good. Everybody else, where do you like to be in the caravan? This is just considered like your normal marching order.
Well, we only have the one range person right now, and that's Crane. I didn't think to pick up a short bow, otherwise I could have partaken in that as well. So next time we get to town, maybe I'll pick up a short bow, and then I can take up the rear. But I guess at this point, I'm just kind of staying near the middle of the caravan in general.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll be in the inside of the second wagon.
Okay. Not a problem.
Probably not wearing my suit.
You don't think?
Probably not.
All right. Let's see. I'm just figuring out where everybody else is. We're gonna have Fritz there. No, Fritz will be up in the front wagon, guiding it. Emmerich is Emmerich is guiding the middle wagon, and then Peter is driving the last wagon. Heinrich is in the last wagon with Ava. In the front wagon is Gish. Everyone just calls him Gish, but his full name is Gishenik.
Can I make
That's
a
the illusionist.
Yeah, that is your normal illusionist. He keeps it to himself. He doesn't talk much.
Hey Tom, can I make a request for the next Roll20 game? Is there a way to add these to the list of characters and maybe make a secondary selection so we have it? Since these are the characters that we know, they don't need a lot of detail, just so we have some.
I will. I've only just created them tonight.
That's all good. It's making sure. Thank you. Sorry.
All right. So
I've been making.
Also, I wonder, is there maybe, I don't know if this would be under characters or handouts, is there a way just to create like a document that we can all have access to? Maybe under characters, something that way we can just sort of all go in and just sort of make notes on as.
I can work on the shared document that we would use probably Google account or something.
Well, no,
I was wondering within Roll20.
Oh, right.
I can actually make one within Roll20 for you guys.
Yeah, you could put it in the handouts. You could put a file that we could all edit, like we did with that treasure list for that other game.
Oh, that's true.
That's what I'm going to do. That's not a problem at all. In fact, I'm adding one right now.
Ooh.
I'm going to call it player.
Now that's a DM who's responsible to player needs.
So, player journal can be edited by all players. And all right, it doesn't have any sort of title or anything to it, but you should be able to click on a player journal now. Is this correct?
Yes.
Can you do anything into it?
I'm clicking the edit button.
Yes. I
you,
just made a save.
you can
Yep.
drop files. I'm testing.
Yep, we can all edit it.
Very good.
However, just note that like something that just happened now is that we can all edit it at the same time, but whoever hits save last is going to have the last.
Is going to have the last. Yeah.
The last
So-
word.
That's
Ha, ha,
fine.
ha.
So just make sure that we're only one of us is editing at any given time.
All right, so Ryan, that's your job.
No, what?
You think.
Well, I'll tell you what. I have been making notes.
That's what exactly.
So mote it be.
So observe this magicness. Watch this.
Are you copying and pasting?
Blam, blam.
Whoa.
All right, let's get rid of that extra crap at the front.
Yeah, really.
Where'd that came from?
That is super handy.
There you go.
Cool.
Is that the kind of thing you were looking for next game session, Escapo?
Sorry, let me unmute
Because-
myself. Yeah. I was just like, if there was like how the character list we have, where there's all of us quickly, because I'm keeping that on screen unless we're rolling dice. Just But yeah, I can make that work.
All right.
And it looks like it actually, that journal actually broadcasts out. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you make it visible on yours, the Twitch stream will be able to see it.
in theory, actually not entirely. Nope. I'll fix that for later.
Okay.
Love this background sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's very relaxing.
I feel so melancholy and
Yeah.
morose.
All right. Let's see here. Let's. Right, 1 second here. I'm just taking care of something for you. Da. And there. And that. And let's do this. Give me a second, and we're almost done. God damn it. I thought we were done. And there we go. Now it's got an image for it. All right, great.
Oh, nice.
There you go. You're welcome. Very well. Your day passes uneventfully.
Ooh.
You trot through the wilderness. Birds, small animals are skittering around. The leaves are budding. You're starting to see blossoms on the trees as the air heats up to a nice, comfortable, let's say 60 degrees. It's pleasant spring day, but
Oh man,
as the day
did a terrible job reading my cards.
you suck at this, man.
Too. Oh, of course. The Seven of Swords didn't mean cloudy. It's funny, I get it wrong all the time. Go back into my books.
About 2, 3 in the afternoon, you hear a thump from the rear wagon, which none of you are in, actually. Interesting. And you hear Peter go, yeah, stop. And he reins in his horse, his 2 horses. Emmerich gets off, stops his horses, comes on back, motions for everybody to come back.
Very well. This is not this is an unusual occurrence. We don't oftentimes end up having wheel problems or something like that. Is this
Well, he's
guard
calling
in
back,
any way?
he's calling back to find out what's going on. And Peter is back there going, "Ja, und we went over das bump and the water cask. It fell off and broke. And you can see off to the side your water barrel which held about 5. Yeah, actually, probably more like 50 gallons of water. Broken
Oh,
all
that's
of your water for the wagon train. It's
Nice.
gone. So I mean, you have incidental like some water pouches and all that stuff. Emmerich is can you fix it, the barrel? And Peter's like, yeah, I could fix it. Yeah, I could make a new barrel, but the water's gone. And Emmerich thinks for a few moments. He goes, yeah, very well then. Well, we're going to be stuck here for a little bit. While we get the barrel fixed. A couple of hours and maybe even overnight, but then we'll leave again in the morning. So everyone gets the horses and the wagons off to the side, and there's a little clearing not too far away that you guys managed to get everything into. And he says, "Yeah, now while Peter fixes the barrels, we need to find another source of water. I need volunteers to find the water."
I will happily do so.
Yeah, sure.
I will help as well.
I guess Escapo helped too.
No more. He says before anyone else can speak. He's like, no more. On the way, and conveniently, it's everybody who's a PC is going to go.
Escapo takes subtle hint.
I did not see that coming.
Yes.
No one knew that was coming. He says, "Oh yeah, very good." He says, "All right, what I need you to do is go out and find out." He's like with some Crane, you are used to being in the wilderness. Go on out and find us a source of water, and hopefully, by the time you do, we will have the barrel fixed, and then we will refill the barrels and be on our way in the morning.
Right.
So don't go too far, but
if only we had some kind of augur or a diviner who could potentially. Do you douse?
I was gonna say, yeah, dousing.
As a matter of fact,
No.
I think you do, don't you?
yeah,
well,
he
this
totally
is
does.
the question: do I have to have ranks in the skill in order to do it?
Probably.
Well, technically, no. You just don't get any bonuses. So you're rolling a flat.
Right.
Right.
By tomorrow morning, I will be able to do it significantly better because I will be able to redetermine my spirit, and I can choose it as a class skill. But right now, I'm rolling it at a survival is +2. So on a DC 15, I will be able to point us towards the largest source of fresh water within range.
And your range, however, is only 400 feet.
Okay. 4 plus 40. Yep. Because I have no ranks in survival. So.
So right now you've got 400 feet.
It's worth a shot.
It is late afternoon. So if you want to start, go ahead.
Survival. I have hidden survival because I do not have ranks in it. That is an intelligence.
Survival is, I believe, wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom-based, yes.
Either way, it's +2. So is that a secret roll?
Yes. Let me roll that for you. So you have a +2 to it, you say?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll give you a +2 to it then.
And then
You believe?
I will in order to what am I gonna pull out for dousing? I've got some doodads.
Oh,
I think I will throw the bones.
oh, very well. You throw the bones.
They are very thirsty bones.
Throw them bones.
The bones point to the north and west, which you do know there is a river up that way. The river is several miles away, but you do know there is a river up that way. Some major river.
Well, that would technically
I
suit
think
our needs.
I think we all knew that looking at this map, right?
Yeah.
Like
Look,
basic information.
look at this map that I just shared on screen that our audience can see. Look,
That's seems pretty basic.
We're over
that we-
here, and there's look at the river just north of it. You can't see it, but the Twitch stream can see it.
Oh, it's on Twitch.
I can broadcast layers. I've been experimenting with this. So I've got our list of characters, the player journal. I just put a post-it note on the screen that people can see. I don't know if Ryan can see it on the broadcast.
I can see it.
Yeah. And since we're not using the player map, the grid, I'll just keep the world map up for now.
All right.
I guess technically, no matter which direction we went, eventually we'd hit water, right?
Not south. I'm looking at the map. No.
While he's dousing, Wilstrom would like to use good old-fashioned classic survival skills and
All right.
look
Roll
around.
me.
Presumably, if there's rivers around, there's going to be smaller tributaries that feed into it. So let's see, what can we do for survival? Anything I want to add to that? No, I think that's just a straight up survival. You want me to roll that, or you want to roll that, or
Oh, you go. Go ahead and you roll.
how about a 26? That's a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool. I like how it shows green if it's a natural 20.
Yeah.
Red if it's a natural 1 as well.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll notice my bluff roll was red.
Oh, we noticed.
Like just to really rub it in.
So yes, you are sure that there are tributaries that run into the river a mile away. You figure if you basically go almost due west, you will eventually run into one. You are sort of on a bit of a ridge where you are with that survival roll. You're on kind of a higher ground that comes up to the west. Everything flows into the river that you see to the west. And if you go much further to the east, everything will flow to the east. So you're not on a continental divide, but you are certainly on a divide you're on high ground between, it's all forested, but this is a little hillier up here. So you figure that if you go either due north or due west or northwest, you will hit a tributary that will eventually run into the river. The tributary itself will probably be sufficient source of water for you guys. You don't need to go all the way to the river, which is probably the main river from where you are is probably a good 30 miles away. You don't
that's
you don't need to go.
Yeah, that's days away. So
that's probably a 2-day away. You don't need to go that far, so you can probably get a couple hours. You figure you'll find a tributary,
okay,
like a stream that will be sufficient.
Then that's what I will do. Basically, Wilstrom and Phoenix basically start to head off in the direction of where they think the closest water is. They probably get maybe 10, 20 yards and go, turn around, look at the other three. This way, guys. Come this way. Follow me.
Should we take something to carry the water back in, perhaps? Or
I assume we have something, right?
Well, then I think it was, we can't carry 50 gallons worth of water. The impression I got was we find the water, and then when we get the barrel fixed, we bring the barrel to the...
Emmerich is bustling around the camp, the makeshift camp, if you want to talk to him about it.
Yeah. Emmerich's leader. Let him
perfect, yeah. I will go back to Emmerich and tell him all of that we just learned and be like, I am fairly certain that we now know where the closest water is. We will, give him the rough direction. That way, at about we have several hours trek. It should take us to a tributary. We will need the barrel to fill. So,
I tell you, and Emmerich says, "Yeah, very good. Go find where the sources of water is. Then come back, mark it, come back, and then by then we'll have the barrel fixed." And Heinrich will go bring the barrel out with you to fill it.
I will know.
And Heinrich shrugs like carrying a 50-gallon barrel is nothing.
Excellent.
Very good.
Well, there is that.
So let's find the come companions. We'll find the most direct route to the water.
All right.
We'll find water, and then we'll follow the water to figure out where the closest place to us actually is, and then we will make our way here.
Your logic is astounding.
It's about 3 in the afternoon.
Take bedroll. I suspect we will be out overnight.
Did you say take bread roll?
Bedroll.
No,
And bread roll.
And bread roll. Yes. Yeah.
I get hungry in the middle of afternoon. I need the Snickers.
The hell?
Who's being murdered and where?
Sounds like people in the background somewhere.
Someone in the
I wonder
background.
if there's. Is that here? I'm gonna try mute because I don't.
He muted himself, and nature sounds began. That was perfect
And
timing.
nature says, "Whoa."
Nature's.
All right.
Come, friends, this way.
Will's
off we
you're
go.
leading the way. Give me a marching order.
I will range ahead.
Escap will take a second.
I will
Okay.
stay in the center because I can shoot from there.
Guess that means me trailing.
All right, fine. Escap will take last. Victoria
No,
can have
I'm fine
second.
with that.
Maybe people will just bounce off Victoria Fatsuit again. Escapo, I don't know.
I feel like Victoria gets distracted pretty readily, so she's going to end up in the back anyway. So.
All right. Fair enough. Wilstrom, give me a survival check to follow the trail to water and see how long it's going to take you to find it.
17.
17.
Yes.
Excellent. At about 5 in the evening, you find a stream. You find the stream running down out. There's a spring somewhere nearby that burbles out into a stream, comes down, cuts through the forest, and you follow it along till you find a spot where it is deep enough to actually fill from, as opposed to sitting there waiting for a trickle to fill up containers. But everybody give me perception rolls.
Do I need to roll to notice the wolves?
No. Just give me a perception roll.
Oh, Escapo not very perceptive at the moment.
All right. So we've got.
It's Escapo, not Percepto.
Very good.
You do one thing well.
One thing.
Well,
What do I
but
get?
his best
I get
work is
really
done
deep.
blindfolded, so he doesn't really need to notice much.
That's right. It's
Yep.
a Scapo, not Blanco. That's going to become like his equivalent of "Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor."
I'm an Escapo, damn it.
I'm a Scapo, not Coco.
There is a hill nearby, and you see up on that hill. It's wooded, but you see the glint of gray stone standing off by itself, and some sort of pillar or obelisk.
Ooh,
A plinth, perhaps?
perhaps a
plinth.
Pictish.
It is not an archway or anything like that. It's just a single stone, but it stands out in that it's not. You see the gray of it through the green and the browns of the forest. And you're like, hey, wait a minute, what is that doing there?
Well, that looks interesting.
It is about 400 to 500 yards away.
Anyone else want to check it out?
I mean, it's right there. It's not far, right? That's
No, you can
4 to
walk
500 yards.
yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
saying I'm saying the part. I mean, it's not far. We should inspect. It's right here. We're here. It's here. Escapo say, let's go.
You know, it's sightseeing.
You could get there in like 15 minutes, easy.
Good
It's-
friends.
Walk.
It's on the way to
Maybe-
the water. Right? Yeah, we'll be fine.
We
Oh.
found
no,
the water.
You found the water. This
That's
is
what I'm saying.
beyond the water.
Right. We found the
Join-
water. We know where the
Join the
water is.
circus, they
Escapo
said.
not very perspective.
The world, they said.
Yeah, it's only about 10 a 10-minute walk away.
And, yeah.
Yep,
Alright.
easy enough. Let's go
Very
check
well.
it out.
It's about 5:30 in the afternoon. The sun is still out, but it's starting to sink a little bit low, but it's not dark yet. And up ahead you see the rising on a small hill. I'm just going to move you over to it. Second.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh. Ooh.
So I
Oh
can,
well, that's not ominous.
so I can show you it. It should be a blank screen right now, correct?
Yep.
We see blank
It
screens
is.
for the
Nothing
fog
but
of war.
darkness.
I see a nothing.
Oh shit!
All right, you managed to climb your way up to the hill. I will be bringing all your characters over. Give me just a second. That's not what I wanted. Why did it bring your icon over?
Can't tell you, can't see anything. Haha.
Yeah, you definitely have to. You have to save the token.
Do you have to
Well, I
save
have
tokens for each window?
If you haven't saved the token to each character, then it won't. It won't. It will just bring the.
Okay.
the
So, if let me just see if I've done this right. Okay, I got it. Well, okay. Well, that's the thing I've got to do real quick. If anybody needs to use the restroom, go do it now because
Do
take me a second.
Play a break.
back in the path.
Yeah, go ahead. And in the meantime, I will get you guys set up on this board.
Thank you, Five.
I should take the screen away here.
Scapo. Train. Awesome. All right. And who else did I not? And edit. Edit. And custom. Edit. All right.
So Tom, another fast way that you could do it if you just wanted to get the tokens over there would be to on that first map we were on, you could literally select all the tokens at the same time and just do a copy paste.
Right.
That would just so you could. That's one way to get the tokens over. But eventually, we want to have it set up so that you can just drag the name onto the board, and it should drop their token on there.
All right. I managed to drive you all over here, but I must also use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
Very good.
And I have you all set up, so I shall return momentarily.
Yeah, so far I am deeply impressed with Roll20.
It's pretty great.
Because I used Fantasy Grounds for a while too, and I think Fantasy Grounds it does even more.
Mhm.
But man, it's buggy, and you have to like host your own server to use it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been playing another Pathfinder campaign on it with some other folk, and it's been great. I mean, there was a learning curve for us, but like once we started figuring out, so something we haven't messed with this because we have these character sheets, but there's a way to set up macros, so you can have a bank of your own preset buttons that you roll.
Oh yeah, I see that whole little.
But
That's
it's
kind of cool.
yeah, but that's basically not necessary with these character sheets because the character sheets give it all to us too. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, the whole setting up, and also the. Oh man, I'd love to do because I think there's a 7th C character sheet too.
Oh, nice.
I'd love to take the deck section and actually turn it into a sortie deck.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always a sucker for physical props in a role playing game, like the sortie deck, or there's a Harrow deck for Pathfinder that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. In fact, like I said, I'm a sucker for them, so I have 2 of them for no reason whatsoever. But I have them.
I remember when first edition 7th Sea came out. Instead of having danger points, they had danger dice that you could get, or drama dice that you could give to people. And they actually specifically recommended get the nicest dice that you can find.
Sure.
So that there's like this actual sense of, ooh, this is a special thing. Which is actually why the your coins for the danger points work so well.
Yeah, as soon as I figured out that I had those, I was like, yeah, that's perfect for that, especially for 7th Sea. I originally started using them for 5th edition D&D. They have inspiration that you can give out. It's basically danger points. And so I grabbed those to use for inspiration, and then nope, that's perfect to use for 7th Sea, perfect to use for fate points. Yeah.
So I'm jumping over briefly onto Facebook and seeing some folks posting about in the acting community about so Equity is changing the name of the Gypsy Robe.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I had never heard of the Gypsy Robe.
And that's it's I think in the Equity office here in Orlando they actually have one like on display. But I wasn't familiar with the tradition, but it is interesting, just from a sort of a human examination of human nature perspective. I'm looking on Facebook, and there are all of these actors who are just railing against, oh, this is such PC BS and all this stuff like that. And then you click on their, profile to see their thread, and it's all like, hyper liberal. Things of, including things against the the cognitive dissonance.
Right.
There is quite telling.
Yeah, we just went through that at Sleuths. We had one of the shows has a bit that has gypsies in it, where gypsies come in and it's their, it's a audience participation bit, but we have them play gypsies, and it's maybe something we shouldn't do. So we just changed that, and a lot of the Sleuths actors were like, "This is dumb. This is just PC. Nobody's ever complained about it. Why are we changing it?" It's like, well,
it's because we don't want to be dicks.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's kind of, I mean, from a Ren Fair perspective, I'm like, geez, how do I handle this? I mean,
Melissa is having that exact same thing because she's got some Romani this year at New Jersey.
Yeah, multiple. So we have a song in which our traveling minstrels song. We talk about how we don't do all the things that dirty, filthy gypsies do.
Right.
Which is, granted, meant to be very satirical towards. But at the same time, I'm like, huh. Like, so we've been going back and forth as to whether to change the lyrics to that or. And on the one hand, it's maddeningly frustrating. And on the other hand, it's actually kind of cool to think about. Oh, this is a new societal thing.
Am I revealing areas of the map to you guys?
You sure
Yes.
are, buddy.
Yes, you are.
We see a big old donut right now.
You see more than
Look at that.
It's a lumpy, messed up donut.
Yeah. It's like a cruller, maybe.
It's a bear claw.
Okay, 5-minute donut break, everyone.
All right, be back.
No, wait, we just got the alcohol. I'm just trying to reveal everything that you guys would see here in the late afternoon. Wilstrom and Phoenix. Is everybody back?
Yes, sir.
Capo, Victoria, Crane, and Wilstrom are all back. Okay, good. Very well. You have that too. Blam. All right. You have gone up the slight wooded hill, and you find a large gray stone. You can see it.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, nice.
By the way, you can all do that. If you have the select the arrow chosen, you can mouse anywhere and click and hold, and it will give you that little circle.
Oh, cool.
Oh, with our own
and
colors.
it's specific with our respective colors.
Right, and that's super useful for like, oh, I want to
Look over here.
I want to go over here. We're all in single ping range.
You also have good to know. You also have 4 buttons down. You have that ruler that you just
Oh,
found.
that ruler is super useful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. That's what that does. All right.
Yep,
Yeah.
you can see ranges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And let me just double check, but I believe I have the ranges on this set to
Pathfinder.
Finder. I do.
Great.
Which is what,
I
5
like
feet,
the,
5 feet per square?
I'm not sure if this is just a.
It's sort of
The,
5 feet per square.
5 feet from
The-
center to center.
It's 5 feet per square, except on the diagonals. The first diagonal is 5 feet. The second diagonal is 10
Oh,
feet.
yeah. Oh, I see how they do it.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
weird.
But that's how Pathfinder is. So
That's right, because they don't do diagonals.
Right.
Got it.
that's yeah.
All right, sorry,
All right.
Arthur. Sorry,
So-
we were interrupting Arthur there.
Oh
Go ahead.
no, I was saying the. I know there's. I think it's just on the DM side of things, but there's even like something to show like effects of like acid breath and
Yep.
fireballs, and
Fantastic.
pretty cool.
Especially in the pro stuff.
hmm
If I had the pro stuff, I could put a dynamic lighting effect around you guys,
Mhm.
and it would show how much you see depending on where you were.
Yeah.
If it was dark.
Yeah, I'm normally not a dungeon crawl kind of person, but this Roll20 thing makes me want to like get the Temple of Elemental Evil module and just do it.
Mhm.
Well, very well. You come to the top of the hill, and there indeed is an old gray stone, made from the surrounding area stone, but obviously erected by someone. And there are strange scratchings on it. Some various symbols that you can see even from the 10, 15 feet away that Wilstrom is. And I've put you roughly where you would have straggled to going up the hill. But
Very well.
I will let you move where you want from here to investigate the stone, if you so.
Yeah. Wilstrom will cruise right up to the stone.
I'd like to get within 30 feet of it.
Actually, as I say, yeah. Before I even get that close, as this is appropriate, is the good old detect magic.
Very well.
I don't know what the range on detect magic is off the top of my head.
I believe it's 30 feet. Is that right?
That sounds right. I'll tell you in a second.
I don't have that power. I can't tell you.
Uh, 60 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Hot dog.
All right. You stop. You concentrate. The only thing glowing anywhere nearby is Madame Victoria.
Ah.
Specifically the fat suit. Wait.
All right.
If I may, I would like to use my knack of sift to let me examine an area within 30 feet as though I'm searching for fine details.
Ooh.
All right.
There's a 10-foot square, so I've placed myself within 30 feet of the stone, so we don't have to get too terribly close to it.
All right. And you're looking for fine details, what you're telling me?
Yeah, I don't understand all this nonsense. So maybe this wasn't the knack that I wanted to choose, but it seemed to make sense that I could basically look. Hold on, let me look it up.
It is not the knack he wanted, but it is.
This is not the knack you were looking for.
Yeah, I basically did a sum up. As if I was searching for fine details with a perception skill, make a perception check with a -5 penalty. I kind of imagined it as being able to see an area 30 feet away as though I was
Right.
there.
No, that's
You
what
know.
the description describes to me, too. So go ahead
Okay.
and do a perception roll, then.
Bam!
Ooh.
Yeah, very perceiving.
You are extra perceivy. The stone is a piece of gray granite. which is in the area. Um, and there are what appears to be elven runes and sigils inscribed upon it. Does anybody speak elven?
I guess I guess I do. Technically, being half elf,
You?
I wasn't raised by the elves, but yeah, I was. I'm gonna say that I said my character speaks Elven.
Do you have that as a language?
I do. I do have it listed as a language. It's inherent for all half elves.
Then you do speak it.
So do I need to move closer to it?
Yes, because Madame Victoria gathered it from the distance.
Yes. From 30 feet away, Madame Victoria says, "Ah, I sense an elven presence coming from this stone."
Everybody, move yourselves to where you would like to be. Assume you have a round of action to move wherever you want. As Escapo checks out the stone.
What is the black area? Is that like cliffs or?
That is just area you cannot perceive because it is covered in thick vegetation.
Okay.
So we can see that it's vegetation.
Yeah.
Right. This is all a wooden area, a wooded area. The area you can see is you're close enough to look through the various brush, and also it clears out around here, around the stone, which is why you picked it out from the distance, where you don't see as much where it's blackened out. It's a thicker foliage. In the spring, there are large ferns coming out underneath the trees, weeds, skunk cabbages. They're all starting to come up now. So it kind of creates a... you could kind of see back in there, but it's obscured what's actually back there. It's like, oh, there's foliage that way.
So, are there trees like all around us? Like, are there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. So there's like one tree every 3 squares, or one tree every.
They are of various. There are saplings. There are large trees. There are small trees. It's a mix of everything.
And then the
broad fronded ferns. There are all sorts of things. So like this this area in the middle here that's kind of I just signaled. There's a very large tree there surrounded by all kinds of shrubbery.
Okay.
The area you are in and that you can see is generally lightly foliaged, so you can see it fairly well. But like there's a big tree here. There's a big tree
Sure.
here. There's another one over here and here.
Okay.
Here. But it's just here even and here.
All the juts are trees, but they're so big and grown over that we can't see the space under the tree.
Right. Gotcha. They've got vines growing in them. They've got ferns underneath them. There's brambles all over the place. So there's all that craziness.
Crane shoots the darkness.
So here we are.
Oh shoot! Well, look at that.
Escapo, you are looking at the obelisk.
Yeah, Scott will read the Elven for everyone. Yeah, all right. And it says...
It says, in rough translation, it's basically a boundary marker. It says the western extent of the Valanthan Empire. Get the actual thing here. All right. Excellent. Yes. The here denotes the eastern extent, the western extent of the Empire of the Elves of Valantha.
Valantha? You could just write it in the chat window if you want.
I may just do that. Hang on, I had a
fine, Lantha.
as it's pulling up. It just took a second to pull it up, and let me get the exact spelling for you. I'm sorry, Valanthes.
Is that sort of like old Rome or something, or is that just a specific elven empire? Or do we not know?
Valentha.
Valantha or Valanthas?
Valentha. Somebody give me a knowledge. Local history.
Oh shit!
I have
Are
local
you
history.
kidding me?
But I would assume that local history was local history to the capital city.
I'll give it to you for the
So I actually, wrote down as my trickster. I didn't know what a region we were in, but that is the knowledge thing that I have taken as my trickster.
Awesome.
So
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Knowledge local is exactly what you want. Or history.
Yep.
History.
I figured I'd have to take a different one based on each area we're in, or would I have to?
Yes, but
Yes.
you happen to be in the right area, so go ahead.
So knowledge
Right.
would be +2, and then it is a class skill, and I'd have 1 rank in it, so that's an additional 4. So it'd be 1d20 plus 6. Yes.
That sounds right.
I mean, I've already rolled for. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, God.
Wow! Show off. Fine.
Well, it's about time I get a good roll.
Madam Victoria says, sits
Well,
you all down.
actually,
Allow me to explain.
Yes.
There is too much. Let me sum up.
I had to go into a trance
Still too
to
much.
summon the spirits in the area, but
Valantha is the name. If you look at that map I gave you, Valantha is the name of a
castle.
city, a large city that is due west of you, essentially. It's a little south, but mainly due east. Sorry, due east of you. You'll see a Valantha.
Yep.
Valantha is an elven city. The elven province exists between those two rivers. You see, there's Valantha and Alansanza are the two main cities of the elven province.
Mhm.
At one time, they were their own independent elven empire. And centuries ago, they actually controlled almost all of the forest in this area. Through human encroachment, the empire has carved out its own sections and eventually reduced Valantha to a province instead of an empire. The province of Valantha has been subsumed into the empire and is a full voting member of the empire.
okay.
But this is probably, you would guess, the last time Valantha was considered an empire was a good 500 years ago.
Oh wow.
Oh. So this is an artifact.
This is a marker denoting basically the boundary of the old Valanthan Empire from 500 years ago.
That's pretty cool.
Now it's saying it is the western marker.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm assuming up on our map is north.
Correct.
Okay.
So right now
it's
you are
marking the western border.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
And which direction have we come from? Where is the river that we're about to draw water from?
Have you seen the map?
No, everybody else is very clear on the map. I don't have the
Okay,
patience
so-
for it at the moment. I'm sorry.
All right. So if you go into your handouts,
I've seen the map, but as far as referencing it and knowing where we are on the map, like it's a whole fucking thing for me. So,
okay, just
go
take.
ahead.
You don't even have to pull it out separately. I'll give you a basic idea.
Okay.
Pull out the map. You will see there's like a running through the middle of the continent. There's a big river system with with what looks like a big lake in the middle.
Where the capital is just north of.
Right. Follow the river that goes due south.
Uh-huh.
You'll see there's a dot that represents a city.
Yes.
And then 2 village dots, and then it eventually goes down to another city.
Uh-huh.
Those 2 villages you are halfway between.
There's
And
3
then-
villages.
Well, there are 3 there are 3 smaller villages, but the bottom 2 that are in the forest there, one is on the very edge of the forest and one is deep in the middle. You are traveling betwixt them.
Okay.
So as a result, the river is, if you're traveling to the new village, would be on your left-hand side.
Uh-huh.
And you see that river, that big long river that runs through there?
Yes.
That's the river that's to your left.
Okay.
You are on the
but the I guess my question is the tributary that we are planning on drawing water from.
Mm-hmm.
It is from where we are now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it south of this marker? Is it east? Is it west? Basically, what I'm trying to determine is it within the boundaries of the blah 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 empire?
Yes, it in fact is,
Okay.
but only just barely. And this empire has not existed for 500 years.
Okay. Which matters to man, but does not matter to the spirit.
An interesting observation, sir. However, the Valanthan Elven Empire has become its own province within the empire. They called it an empire. It wasn't that huge. It was really kind of small. They called it an empire, but it wasn't really.
When the world's small, the empire is huge.
Right.
So.
Right. So this is an artifact from eons past, 500 years past.
Okay.
Of where the boundary used to be.
Okay.
And with that, I would like everybody to make perception checks.
Dun 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 dun. Perception.
Percepto.
Percepto Patronus.
Wow, we're on top of shit right now.
Oh yeah, we see everything.
When no one's watching.
Nice. And don't forget Phoenix. All right, very good. Well, how convenient that you all rolled that.
Yeah, I love how Phoenix is like, "Hey, I see this," and Wilstrom's like, "Yeah, I saw that."
Yeah,
I see this. Yeah, saw that too.
I totally saw that.
What about the? Go fuck yourself, Wilstrom.
Why can't I access Madame Victoria's suit?
I see your perception. Bam.
Yeah.
Good. As a result, you all hear things moving through the forest toward you. And as a result, I am going to reveal the map to you as you become aware of 4 wolves closing in on you.
I did not see that coming.
Right? Who knew?
Oh, wait.
And
Dungeons and Dragons. Doing more to damage the reputation of normal wolves since for the Brothers Grimm.
Out of curiosity, because this is the first time I've ever done this, what do you see out of that? You just see their picture?
Yeah,
Just their
just
picture.
a picture, no info, because you didn't write anything. It's just a picture of a wolf with blue eyes.
Very good.
Yep.
And let me pull up an initiative tracker.
Ooh.
And why do I have things there? Have you rolled already?
No.
No.
Oh, these are leftover. So
Oh,
let me get rid of-
when we were playing the other day. Yeah.
Right. And everybody roll initiative.
All right. So here's my question. How long has it been since I made
Jesus.
my roll to examine the stone?
I'm going to say about 10 minutes.
Thank God.
Is there a so? How are you guys rolling initiative so that it shows up?
So you have to select your character on the map first, and then roll initiative on the character. So Ryan, your Phoenix initiative didn't actually show up. Ryan, you're also muted. Just on it and roll 20.
You're right.
There we
I
are.
am. I agree.
There we go.
Always.
Wow, look at that! I rolled the exact same thing. Awesome.
Nice.
Tom, do you? No, I'll re-roll Phoenix. That doesn't matter because she's not going to go first anyway.
She has to wait for your command.
Perfect. Right, so she's in there. She's in there. So who are we missing? We're missing.
Wait. Oh wait, your Wilstrom rolled. Oh, I see what happened there.
Yeah. Wilstrom rolled. I didn't, but when I rolled for Phoenix, I didn't have Phoenix selected, so I still had Wilson.
So it counted Wilson as the roll.
No, because I rolled for Wilstrom too. Right?
You did. You rolled 11 for Wilstrom, and
Yeah.
then 22 for Phoenix. But if you look over in the turn order,
Weird.
Wilstrom has the 22.
Yeah, I think I can change that. I cannot change that.
No.
You have the ability to change the initiative number, so if you want to change Wilstrom to 11, you can do so.
Wilstrom has 11. And
Did we lose Victoria?
I rolled. It didn't pop up in the turn order. I don't know why.
You need to have your character selected.
Oddly enough,
Okay.
I cannot select my character.
Weird.
My
Oh.
token.
Are you? Have you selected the arrow in the upper left? Like, are you on that layer?
Hot damn! That makes all the difference, doesn't it?
Nice.
All right. So I rolled. I guess I'm re-rolling initiative then.
there
Okay.
you are.
Beautiful.
Okay. Thank you guys for your patience.
Ryan, how do I roll for these guys?
Select one of them, and then you can.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. There you go.
Got it.
Oh, good.
We are. Done.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
Oh, good. A scalp will go last. It's fine. It's fine.
Crane.
By the way, I don't see Escapo's nameplate, if that matters to anybody.
I'll fix that.
I see everyone but the wolf.
Because I also don't see Escapo's name in the turn order.
Oh.
Done. How about now?
There it is. Got
Haha.
You don't see a Scapo. It's fine.
That's part of the beauty of a Scapo.
All right.
it. No one ever sees Escapo until it's too late.
Crane, what are you doing?
All right. Well, do the wolves look like they're approaching with
Oh, yes.
ill intent?
Oh, they are very hungry. It has been a long, lean winter,
Mhm.
and they sense meat.
Well, in that case, I am going to shoot at that wolf right there.
Very well.
God damn. What the hell?
So let me pull up my little character sheet here, and that will just be straight up my longbow. Blam! But miss.
It gets lost in the foliage.
I need to drink more.
Clearly.
By the way, if you click on the word for your weapon attack, as opposed to the attack, it will roll the attack and damage all at once,
Ooh.
if you care.
That's what I usually do. Yeah.
I kind of like the thing of I hit. Now
Yeah.
let's see what the damage is. But
Right.
Wilstrom. No, I'm sorry, Madam Victoria. Why is this? God, why has it not? Let me fix this here again. Blam. No.
You have it backwards. Yeah. You should be able to do it in descending order and then
Yes.
advance. There's an advance arrow. That you
Right.
Can, there you
Bam. And so,
go. Having
Madam Victoria,
of the monster.
what would you like to do?
I will hold my action for the moment.
Very well.
I will draw my sling.
Are you holding an action or readying an action? Readying an action means if X happens, you do Y. Holding an action means you don't prepare anything in particular. You give up your initiative order to then act when you see fit, but then your initiative order is always at that point.
I gotcha.
And you can't, and you also can't interrupt someone else's activity. So
So a ready now allows you to interrupt. A hold does not.
I'm holding my action. Everything's out of range for me. I have shit. Why can't I find it on this range? 50 feet.
A range is just an increment. You can attack beyond that 50 if it's like a missile weapon, like a sling or something like that. Just take a -2 per every range increment.
Oh well, sure then. Why not chuck a little? Well, I'm gonna have to draw my.
chuck a rock.
Is drawing a weapon a move action or a
It is a
standard
move
action?
action. A move action.
It's a move action. All right. Well, then I'll do that.
So you could fling a stone at one of them.
Then let's do that. Hold on. Give me a minute to get all my freaking windows sorted out.
Not a problem.
Boom. And hurl a stone off into the freaking weeds.
Go back to where you returned from whence you came.
I'm tired of carrying this rock around.
You zip it around. You fling a stone through the air. It's going toward the wolf, but a little sparrow gets spooked out of the it clocks the sparrow in its wing.
Oh, that's rough.
Careens through the air, lands on the ground, flopping its wing, obviously broken. And as a result, it is Phoenix's turn.
What have I done?
Is Phoenix hungry? I'm confused.
Phoenix will do nothing at the moment. She's going to hold until after Wilstrom goes.
All right, very well. Wilstrom, you're up.
All right, great. Now, all right. So the first thing I'm going to do is let me do. I got range on these guys easily. It looks like there's a tree in my way. That
is correct.
What about this guy over here?
No tree in your way.
No tree in my way. Great. In which case, I will load my sling staff and chuck a rock at this wolf here.
Very good.
All right. So I like Arthur's idea of splitting it up. Wow, that's
so
a miss.
many rocks and arrows.
It bounces off the tree over here.
Okay. Yep. Curses.
Oh,
Does not hit a random woodland creature, however.
All right.
Ooh, would you say that we are dealing with outrageous fortune with our slings and arrows?
Oh, stop it. Oh, stop
Good night,
it, you.
everyone.
Good night, everybody.
And then,
Crane is helped by a boulet who comes up from underneath it.
yeah. Goodbye, Crane. And then I will order Phoenix to attack this one.
Very well.
She can fly 80 feet, so that's less than 80 feet, right?
Handle animal to.
Yes. I literally cannot fail that roll, but let's roll it anyway.
Well, if you roll a 1, you automatically fail.
Not so with skills, my friend.
No?
Not so. Nope.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
But still, it is done.
Yep.
Phoenix goes, okay.
All right. And then, by the way, you can move, if you care, you can move Phoenix in the turn order to below me. You could just literally just drag it in the turn order.
I see that.
Phoenix will go there.
All right.
And she will attack. She's going to claw. Claw, claw.
Claw, claw. Good luck, Phoenix.
Take
Roll.
that.
Yeah.
It hits.
And does what is that? It's 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage.
Wait, what is that?
Hold
Oh,
on,
I
he's got
see.
bonuses.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so when you do separate them, it gives you 2 results. The first one is the number that you rolled, and then the second one is assuming that you had rolled a crit on your.
oh, okay.
Ah, interesting.
So if that attack roll above it had been a crit, I would use the 7 result. But,
Gotcha. So if you roll it all at once, though, it will automatically.
correct. It knows whether you rolled a crit or not. So
Okay.
All right. Phoenix swoops in.
1 point of damage.
The wolf, as it's running in, it rakes her claws across its flank. It seems barely affected.
Sure.
And it is the wolf's turn.
Yay!
Gathering hunger-maddened beasts who have not fed since probably November and are starving. They no longer care that you are armed individuals. They just need food, and you are food.
Well, scapo, not food. It's fine.
Escapo is not food.
Your food.
Escapo very
What?
stringy.
Escapo is so stringy. Don't bother.
Yay!
2 wolves charge in on Crane
Ah,
because Crane is within range of their ridiculous 50-foot movement.
Lord.
And Willstrom also has to deal with this one right here. Well, bam.
Man, I chose wisely.
However, Phoenix will get an attack of opportunity
Ooh.
as this wolf here moves past to go attack Willstrom. So, Phoenix, make an attack of opportunity.
Squaw! 15 is the to hit roll
It manages to hit.
for another single point of
Point
damage.
of damage. All right. Well, be noted. Let's see here. And the wolf will attack Crane. All right. Let's just double check that. Okay, good. All right. So Crane, what is your armor class?
14. A gentleman's 14.
A gentleman's 14. Boone, the first one misses.
Hooray.
Goes past, does not manage to make any connection. The second one also. The second one gets almost latched onto your arm, but your armor manages to deflect its ravening teeth. Willstrom, what is your armor class?
My armor class for Willstrom is 15? 18.
18. The wily Willstrom. The wily Willstrom hopes for the best as the first one comes in, and Willstrom nimbly dodges around the pillar, the gray granite pillar.
I don't know why my flat-footed AC is higher than my regular AC. That makes no sense.
And
That's wrong.
also misses. And while we move on, as the wolves are finished, Escapo, think about what you want to do. I must let my fiance in because she has locked herself out.
So Ryan, let me ask you a technical question here, Ryan.
Sure, yeah.
Since my power is in my sneak attack bonus, do you remember how exactly the game quantifies sneak attacks in this? Like, so break it down for me. Could I sneak attack any of these wolves in this moment?
At the moment, no. What the easiest way to do it is to flank one of them.
Right.
So you basically have to be on the opposite side of one of them from one of your companions. For example, you could be here, and that would that would flank that one in the middle.
And there's no way for me to move and then do the attack, is there?
Yeah, absolutely. You can move your movement rate, which is probably 30, which is
30.
6 squares. So if you take the long way around, so you don't go adjacent to him until the last minute, you would go to there,
And then
and
take a right and come
then
up.
take a right to go to there. You might even have to go to there.
So
Yeah.
you don't think I could have the attack of opportunity from here?
You absolutely do not. Uh, that's just you literally have to be in this square here. Sorry, you have to be in this square here.
Yeah, I guess there's no way for me to get to the other side without putting myself in an attack of opportunity from one of the other wolves.
Yeah, I assume we can't move through this square.
That's what I was thinking too.
But if you can, if you could go, yeah, if you could go like right to straight there, then you'd be fine. Well, sort of. I don't know. No, technically no.
Very well. Escapo.
So we were discussing sneak attack rules, and I don't think I can get in a position of opportunity to.
Can you gain the sneak attack if they are denied their
Dex
dexterity
bonus? Yes.
So can an enemy be? Can you feint? Can someone else feint the enemy and then them get their sneak attack bonus?
I think for feint you have to do the feinting yourself.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will just. All right. So.
I mean, move as close as you can to the sneak attack, and then
because you get a free 5-foot step, right?
And then get there on the next round. Yeah.
Yeah. So just to confirm, Tom, we cannot stand in that spot.
Correct.
Okay. Well, then I will move my guy. If I move him here, can I then attack that one or no?
You may.
I may. Okay,
yes.
Wasn't sure how the diagonal rules work for combat. All right. So that's my free 5-foot step, and then I can at least attack, and then that way, depending on how that goes, I can maybe shift around to a future position over there.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Got it. So we're gonna attack this guy there.
All right, you. Do it to it. It barely dodges out of the way in time. It takes it shrugs its shoulder, dips its head, and your blade passes just over it.
Excellent.
Let me just make sure I'm not lying to you. Yes, that is exactly what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Crane.
All right, let's see here. Firing in melee produces an attack of opportunity, doesn't it?
Right. However, you can 5-foot step. And then
I can 5-foot step, which is what I will do. Ba-blow. And
right.
I'll fire at the Grey Wolf.
You're on your way, you're on your own, Escapo.
No.
What have you done?
Go ahead.
Oh, did I remove your flanking bonus?
You escaped from Scapo.
No.
Oh, I escaped from Escapo. Oh, the irony.
Do you have any bonuses at all because of point blank or anything like that?
Oh, shoot, I do have point blank. Yes, I do. Yeah. So that's a 14.
That just barely hits it.
Yay!
Almost as if its armor class was 14.
14.
Weird.
Suddenly, I feel a strange kinship with these wolves.
So roll some damage for the wolf. What is all your craziness going on here?
What is that craziness going on?
Do you have a damage 2 modifier for some reason?
Yeah, I was just using that for... I'll just remove it. Yeah, I was using that just to keep track of for different sizes, but...
Oh, yeah, don't do
clearly that was not the way that the system interpreted it.
Oh, different size bows?
Oh, and it's rolling as if you got a crit as well, isn't it?
Right. So like I said before, that first roll is the result, and then the second result is if you had a crit, it would be that.
Gotcha. So you did do it, is what you're telling me.
So he rolled a 2.
Correct.
All right.
2 points of damage.
Does that include your point blank bonus? Because you get a +1 damage to point blank for point
Oh,
blank.
you're right.
Point
Okay,
blank
so
shot.
that's a 3. Thank you. Good to know.
All right.
Oh, shoot. Never mind what I'm trying to edit it.
So you did 3 points of damage to the wolf. It snarls, reaches over with its maw, pulls the arrow out of its own shoulder, spits it on the ground.
That's,
Damn,
Some
that's a
wolf.
tough wolf.
Yeah.
yeah, it's, okay.
I surrender.
Yeah. You know what? Here, take my arm. You
I'm
earned
good,
it.
man. Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Very well. Madam Victoria, go ahead.
Firing into melee.
You incur a -4 penalty.
Okay, but no danger of hitting
No.
a friendly.
Nope.
Okay. Well then, let us go ahead and figure out how to use this system. Go ahead and launch a little rock at that turkey. I mean wolf.
Who you call a turkey? Phoenix takes exception to that.
If only they were turkeys. If only they were.
15.
Ooh, look at
bashing.
It's it. No, -4. Is that?
Oh,
Curses.
yep.
Isn't that within range?
No,
It
it's
is.
firing into melee.
Firing into melee.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
Firing
you
into melee. is wrong.
just as you are letting fly the rock, you realize Willstrom is dodging and jinking the exact same direction, and you throw your shot off to the side so as not to hurt your friend.
Oh, how
So
kind.
be it.
So
I
well
like that
done,
guy. I don't want to hit him with a rock.
Willstrom.
Thank you for not taking me with a rock.
Willstrom.
Yes. All right. So it's time to do as a swift action. I activate animal focus on Phoenix, increasing her dexterity
All right.
to keep her safe. As part of that same action, I will activate my animal focus to increase my strength.
Very well.
Phoenix can do that forever. I can only do that 3 times a day. It lasts for a minute when I do it. So my strength goes up.
Effectively combat.
Yeah, exactly. So then I will. I'm going to draw my longsword and attack. Which
assume
will,
you drop your staff.
I don't have to. I'm carrying. I'm wearing a buckler on my other hand, so I can just keep the staff in the hand with the buckler. Draw sword.
All right.
Which one of these two am I fighting has been damaged already?
Let's. Here. That would help if I had the select tool.
This is the gray one, the brown one
The brown one.
has been damaged. Yeah, because Phoenix damaged it. Okay. Yeah, so that's. I'm gonna attack that one then.
All right. Go ahead.
Get it with the longsword. Hookow! An
Nail it.
It does.
18.
Yep.
Does 6 points of damage.
Nice.
Yes. Good. Excellent. Hooray.
The wolf whimpers in pain.
Yeah. It's right.
Was that the gray one or the brown one you said?
The brown
The
one.
brown one.
It has a nice long gash along its flank that is bleeding freely.
And
And
then
now-
Indeed.
and Phoenix continues her attack.
Yes, it is now Phoenix's turn. Phoenix swoops in and attacks that exact same wolf, who is now flanked.
Yes.
Ooh.
Wahahaha. Get it, Phoenix.
Oh, totally hits him.
Flanking, and that's even 2 better than that because it's a flanking bonus.
Right.
And so for 4 damage on the wolf.
Wow. The wolf howls
Mhm.
in pain. It is severely injured and starts to limp. So that was Phoenix.
Mhm.
It is now the wolf's turn. We will begin with this aforementioned wolf turns and tries to run away, which will provoke attacks of opportunity from Windstrom and Phoenix as it flees.
All right. Phoenix goes first. For 1 point of damage, it looks like.
And as the wolf turns to run away, Phoenix rakes it with its claws, and it falls to the ground, makes a little tiny wolf-shaped furrow into the earth
Face plant.
as it nosedives into the turf and is no more.
Good job, Phoenix. Willstrom says.
As expected, Phoenix is the strongest fighter in their bunch.
Yep.
All right. Dead. That was that wolf. However, the other wolf, unfazed by the death of its companion, seeks to wreak vengeance upon Willstrom, and what is your armor class? 18, huh?
Yes.
Willstrom dodges to the side as another growl and another bite, and just out of reach. Over here, this wolf 5 foot steps toward Crane and attacks Crane. And misses. Meanwhile, why don't you go there? There we go. Meanwhile, this wolf turns and bites at Escapo.
Escapo.
And what is Escapo's armor class?
It's a mystery. Hold on, it is
15. Ah! It also misses as Escapo dodges nimbly out of the way.
It's what Escapo do.
It's what Escapo do. And speaking of what Escapo do, what do Escapo do?
Escapo do nothing. No, Escapo, I guess, will attack this one again. All right, so we're going to.
Escapo ducks in low with his short sword and stabs up into the belly of the beast and does 3 points of damage.
Excellent. Escapo contribute.
Escapo would like to speak of self in third person, apparently. Very well. Well done, Escapo. Crane! There's a wolf
All right.
drill.
I'm just going to continue backpedaling and then firing again.
Go ahead.
Kaplow!
This time the arrow strikes home into the flank of the beast,
Doing only 3 damage.
doing 3 damage, which is
Point
three
blank
more-
4, right?
Wait,
yeah,
what?
Is this a point blank attack?
It sure is.
Yeah.
So it's +1 damage.
Yeah, that's including the. I factored that in.
Oh, did you get that worked out?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it
Right.
now. I see it now. Sorry.
neat.
Very well.
So how would that be? So here's the thing: if that were a crit, oh, is a bow 3-time crit?
Yes.
Ah, that makes sense.
Hot
Uh,
damn.
It is wounded.
it pulls an arrow out of its other shoulder.
How many shoulders does this wolf have left? Jeez.
Jesus.
Very well. It does not pull this arrow out. That arrow is lodged in well. Madam Victoria. Madam Victoria.
I will, closing my eyes, rather rolling my eyes back into my head.
Oh God.
Ooh.
There she goes
I,
again.
It's so creepy when she does that.
So freaks me out, man.
I summon I channel the spirit of the legend of the champion, giving me, boom, +1 to attack. This is a free action.
Ooh, with sound effects.
Yes. And then I will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And attack with my
So you're channeling the champion as a swift action? Or action?
oh shit, let me consult my other shit. It was a I think this is a swift action. Come on.
I just want to make sure it's not a standard or a move action. Otherwise,
Oh
you're good.
no, I know that it's not one of those, but let me just absolutely be sure of that. Because I don't want to cheat. Oh shit, pure dancer crap.
Is it a focus power?
RD.
PSFRD.
PSFRD.
PFSRD.
Yep, got it. Now I need to find occult
What kind of-
classes, medium. I'm
Is that
getting there.
Is it an implement?
No, it's I need to find one of the. I don't have this bookmarked. I'm sorry.
No, that's why we're learning this.
Spirit Dancer. He can enter Spirit Dance as a free action to gain the aforementioned abilities from one of the 6.
Free action it is. Awesome.
There.
There you go. That answered that question.
And a free action, just literally, I have 1 free action a turn.
You have as many free actions as you need per turn.
Hot diggity dog. All right, great. So then, back to this window. So yes, so then I channeled my my champion, and I will attack. I took my move action, and my champion quarterstaff says that I miss.
Totally miss.
Wah!
A surge of power, an ethereal coldness surrounds Madame Victoria. She pulls in the spirit of a long dead champion to fuel her strike, but she is so intent upon the power she has received, totally whiffs. The wolf ducks underneath, and it is Wilstrom's turn.
All right. So I still have this one wolf in front of me. What's
That's gonna knock you down another.
All right.
Escapo, as you are the one who's giving the visuals, if you zoom in on the map a little more, the people who are watching, I've just got a note, can see a little better.
Copy that.
If you're pulled way out, they can't read the names and all that.
Got you. I was trying to get the entire map covered.
No, if you focus in on where the action is, they'll be able to see it a little bit better. I'm getting real time updates from people.
Nice. Thank you, people giving us.
And by people, I mean my fiance.
Yeah, but it matters. There you go.
We're learning. We're figuring this
Yeah.
out.
As we get famous with this.
All right. I'm going to try something. I mean, yeah, grumble, grumble. I'm trying to figure out withdraw is a standard action. Is that right?
I want to say it's a full round action. Because when you withdraw, you move and you do not get attacked.
You don't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Right. I believe it's a full.
Yeah, I'm double checking. Full round action. Withdraw. Yes, it is a full round action.
All right.
All right. So, I'm going to withdraw. Here's what I'm going to do. Wilstrom is going to withdraw, so he doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity, leaving that space.
Right.
Where's he going to go? He's going to go there. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. I can move through Phoenix's space. That's 5, 15, 20. Perfect. I'm going to move to there.
All right.
I'm going to put the dead body of his associate between me and this gray wolf here.
Very well.
Hopefully, the prospect of other meat will distract him. And then I'm going to order Phoenix to attack the brown wolf in front of Escapo.
Very well. Attack, Phoenix, attack.
She has 80 feet of movement, so I'm assuming she has enough to fly over this gray wolf without provoking an attack of opportunity. Is that a safe assumption?
I think that's a safe assumption.
She can go from there to there, over the picture stone.
With 80
Over the
feet
picture
movement
stone,
with
yeah.
vertical.
Yeah.
Scoop over top. Yeah.
Yeah, up and back down. All right, so she does so.
That gray wolf had the vertical leap of Kobe Bryant. Yeah.
And attack the brown wolf.
Very well.
Does the never mind.
A 16 on the attack roll for 2 points of damage.
And hurts the wolf.
Very good.
All right.
That's a me. That's what I do.
The wolf howls. Obviously, pissed the hell off. Speaking of which, it bites at Phoenix.
Oh no! Leave Phoenix alone.
Phoenix is the one that just heard it. Oh, what is Phoenix armor class?
It is a 19. Except, well, it's not 19. It's 15. Except, well, this isn't gonna work. It's gonna work anyway. Wilstrom has he says, "Phoenix, look out!" and uses the bolster companion trick that we have that adds 4 to my armor class, which is not going to be enough. It's going to turn my 15 into a 19. So you still hit, but I will only take half damage from your attack.
Oh, really?
Yes. Thanks, bolster companion. I can do that 3 times a day, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, 3 times a day.
Mazzy.
That's
Damn it.
the hunter class. Animal companion is their jam. That's what they do.
All right. Well, let's roll a die here.
So you still hit me, but I will hopefully
I don't
take.
hit you. I hit Phoenix.
Well, yeah.
And you take 3 down to half. You take 1.
Hooray!
However,
Oh God,
what is your CMD?
it ain't good. It ain't good. Although that bolster companion does add to my combat maneuver defense, thank God.
All right.
Oh, thank God. All right, so my CMD is 13 plus 4, so 17.
All right. Because this guy gets to attempt to trip, which I will take to mean knock to the ground.
Yes, I would assume.
And does not.
Oh,
Very good.
oh, thank God.
All right. So that was that
Missed
wolf.
it by.
Well, to be fair, if he knocked you to the ground, you wouldn't have that far to fall.
Well,
fair,
yes.
fair.
But the trick is that then you're considered prone, and getting up is bad because
Yeah, getting up provokes an attack of opportunity.
yeah, it's rough. It's bad news.
It very much is. All right.
Yeah, don't get knocked down, people.
Meanwhile, Madame
That's
Victoria.
That's how wolves kill you.
Oh, the wolf rolls a natural 20 to attack Madame Victoria.
Ooh, should have worn the fat suit.
I did wear the fat suit.
What is your armor class?
11.
Okay. Luckily, does not confirm the crit. just, a,
Thank God.
just a regular old hit. And does 7 points of damage to you.
Oh dear God.
Hot diggity.
Which is its maximum.
Womp womp.
And
Do you guys remember when Madame Victoria used to be with our party?
Who are you talking about?
Madame Victoria, remember her
No.
with the padded suit? The
No,
thing?
no. I just remember this old lady.
what is your
She was great.
CMD?
Oh, let me tell you in a minute.
I'm
When I
sure it's
thought-
more than a 7.
In a minute, you'll be dead.
Start with a big
Nonsense.
10, so unless you have -3 to it, you're good.
CM what now?
There's a certain...
CMD, your combat maneuver defense.
Total 10.
Good enough. It
Oof.
it fails to trip you.
Thank goodness.
You're staying off the front lines from here on out.
Meanwhile, over here,
And I'm trying to do like I'm trying to direct the wolf's attention at the body of the other wolf. Like, hey, look, meat, just eat that wolf.
yeah, you're moving. It's not, and it was its friend. So, alas, it's going to attack you.
Yeah.
Ain't no cannibalism happening here.
I mean, it misses. Obviously, it was saddened by the death of its friend, and in its grief, missed you. The wolf howls lonely into the night. And with that, Escapo.
White Fang, no.
Escapo.
His friend's name was Old Yeller. You can tell.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I guess I will continue to pelt the same wolf. Haha. Aha.
Aha.
Yeah, sorry. So the brown one there.
Yes.
I'm not proud of that.
Turn it all the way around so it's facing him there. There you go.
Nope, not today. Next.
Surely not. Very well. Crane.
All right, this gray wolf nemesis of mine is going down.
All right. You take a -4 because it's in combat.
I do not because I have
Precise shot, baby.
precise shot.
Very good.
I was counting on that.
Yeah, that's right. Don't worry, Madam Victoria. I'll save you.
I assumed that if there was
Probably.
a archer among us, they had their shit together.
Blow.
Nice.
Oh, wow, indeed.
Arrow thuds into its
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
haunch. Oh! And blood spews from the wound as the wolf staggers and falls to the ground. Blam.
Poor hungry beast.
Madam Victoria, there is no longer a wolf attacking you.
You're right. Even so, a retreat is in order. Let's see, what do I got? 30 feet? There
Yep.
we go. I'm going to pop back here. Why won't you do what I want you to do? I hate you so much. 1,
You have to
2,
switch to the
3,
arrow selection.
4, 5.
There you go.
There we go. That's where I'm going to hang out. I will stop channeling my spirit. Actually, you know what? No, it's not going to hurt me to do it another round. So I will do it another round. And I'm done.
All right. Wilstrom.
All right. All right. Since this jerk-faced jerk wants to attack me, I will attack him. I still have the longsword in my hand. I take a swing with aforementioned longsword. Rolling a lousy 7.
It jukes to the side at the last minute. Your sword hits the turf. Some moss goes flying. But
I hate that moss. That moss is awful.
Phoenix.
Phoenix will, since did not get tripped and is still upright.
Absolutely.
Presumably fluttering around. Now comes Phoenix's full attack.
Yep.
So yeah. Talon number 1 is a 10. I assume that's a miss.
Nope.
Talon number 2 is a 13. Miss. And then Talon bite number 1. How about a 20?
20. Is that a natural 20?
That isn't. No, that's a.
Oh, so it does 120 damage. All right. Very well. Yeah. All right.
Right. Yep. 1 point of damage. Better than 0.
Very well. Whap. That was turn. The wolf bites back at Phoenix
How dare.
and misses horribly.
Oh, good. Oh, thank God.
The other wolf bites at Winstrom. Bam. Also misses horribly.
It's Wilstrom. It's an L. It's an L.
Whatever.
It'll be on your tombstone.
Escapo.
I guess I will continue, because at this point I can't move around it to create a flanking maneuver without giving it an attack of opportunity, right?
You can 5-foot step. That's it. Without creating the attack of opportunity.
I should have done that
Which
last
will
turn.
not
Then.
flank. But you could move forward to here. There you go. And then next turn you can 5-foot step behind if it's still alive.
Okay. Yeah, I should have done that last turn. I didn't think about it. Okay.
Yeah, I should have moved around behind it instead of running away. But
All right. Escapo, go ahead.
I might have died.
Nope.
No.
Man, these digital rolls are not my friends.
The wolf manages to skip away once again. Crane.
All right. Let's see. Wilstrom, how are you doing?
I'm uninjured at the moment. It could go south.
Oh, that's right. I can look at the red. I can look at the red things.
Yeah, it could go south pretty
Uh-huh.
fast if I get tripped. But worry about Madame Victoria before you worry about me.
Well, Madame Victoria seems to be in the clear, so
Yeah, I'm fine.
I will 5-foot step so that I will be within point blank range of that wolf, and then
Great.
fire at it.
Very well.
Awesome. Thank you.
And with precise shot, you don't take the -4. However, you still miss.
Yes.
You're so worried about hitting Wilstrom that
Mm-hmm.
it still flies to the side. Madam Victoria.
I'm actually going to drop my. I'm going to stop channeling my champion spirit. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm actually going to maintain my champion spirit, and I am going to hurl a rock at the gray wolf that is next to Wilson.
Very well.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I guess that means that if I was wielding my quarterstaff, and now I want to wield my sling, that I would have to use my move action to.
Yeah, technically you'd have to probably just drop the quarterstaff.
You can drop as a free action.
Okay.
Drawing a weapon is a move action.
Okay.
But then you could attack. But now your quarterstaff is basically laying on the ground.
That's fine.
All right.
We'll do that.
And what is the range increment of the
50.
of the whatever your
Sling?
of a sling?
Yeah, it's 50
Yeah.
feet.
50.
All right. So it's within range increment, but you do take a minus as you're going into close combat. And no, it swings.
Yep.
You are you're a little dazed from loss of blood. Like, oh dear God, I didn't expect to be bit. What? No one told me there'd be actual blood. Wilstrom, go ahead.
Aha, very good. Longsword again. Haha, get him. Damn.
Nope.
Son of a.
The wolf nimbly dodges to the side. Phoenix.
Stop that, I say. Phoenix is going to continue her assault on the wolf in front of her. Talent number 1. 12 is a miss, right?
No.
How about a 19?
Hits.
Take 3 points of damage.
The wolf certainly does take 3 points of damage.
Hooray. And then bite. 21 for another 1 point of damage.
Certainly does hit for another 1. So a total of 4.
Good job, Phoenix. You're doing good. Keep it up.
Phoenix might have done the most damage out of all of you. So.
Yeah, not
that
unusual.
That is the way of
Yeah.
first level Pathfinder characters, my friends.
Yes.
All right.
The animal companion is the combatant.
Yep.
The wolf in front of Wilstrom bites viciously at him and connects. This
Oh dear
time.
God!
And
Willstrom activates his "You do not hit me" ability.
it fails.
Damn it!
In fact, it fails horribly. And you take 2 points of damage.
That's
However, it attempts to trip you as well as its combat maneuver.
mhm.
What is your CMD?
14. Is that right?
It does not trip you.
Oh, thank
So
God.
So as a result, you're fine.
Oh, thank
And on the other side, this other wolf attacks Phoenix because, God damn it, Phoenix, you're the one doing damage.
you. Yeah, no, I don't blame him.
Bam, 12
Haha! Phoenix flitters out of the way.
because it's flying.
Yeah.
Escapo.
All right, so if I take my move now to here, that's acceptable.
Yep, 5-foot step there, and then you're flanking.
Okay, I'm not gonna turn my character. We understand. So if I hit, then I roll for bonus damage.
Correct.
I still have to hit.
Correct.
Correct.
But you're flanking, so you get a +2 to hit.
Did not
Except
matter.
you rolled a 1, so no.
Yeah.
Well,
Man, these.
Roll that
digital
again.
dice. Roll it again.
Roll it again. All right, you're fine.
Were you
You rolled another one.
There's a
I was gonna
glitch
have the sword
there.
go.
were you confirming crit fails?
I was debating it.
Uh,
If he had rolled one, I was gonna make it go flying out of his hand. Just because that's just awful.
right.
Yeah.
Crane, you're up.
All right. Other wolf that is still attacking Wilstrom. I see you. I got you in my sights. And Quaplow!
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, not a natural 20, but still.
Whack.
And,
2.
okay, clearly there is something weird with my with
You rolled a 1.
the way my
So what?
well, no, I just mean the way that my critical thing is like. So you did a 2, but if you had gotten a critical, that was a 20.
Yeah. So what it does is it doesn't triple your roll. It rolls 3 times, and then it's rolling the crit separate than the regular damage roll. So if you mouse over your results, it will break it down into the different things.
I'll tell you what it is.
Actually,
Tell you what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
I'm
like
actually mousing over the results, and I'm. Oh wait, there we go.
You have to mouse over the 20. Yeah.
yeah. So your crit, which does triple damage, you rolled a 7, a 7, and a 3.
Plus
Plus
Plus three.
Plus 1 each time. I see.
plus 3.
right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah,
And then Victoria, go ahead.
I'm a powwow here because there's really nothing that I'm doing that's contributing to this. So I'm just gonna hang out. I'm gonna drop my champion,
Right.
and that's it.
I mean, you can throw another sling stone with no chance of hurting a friend.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. I guess I may as well. Okay, I'm used to. Okay, great. I will do that then.
Yeah, there's no negative to doing it. You just
I've
might.
been playing Malifaux for too long, where
Oh.
if I shoot into melee, there's a chance I'm going to hit a friendly combatant. So that's where my brain is.
No, only unless you roll the 1 will I even consider it. But no, the stone just goes off to the side.
Fair enough.
No problem. Willstrom.
Attack that gray wolf. Die, or don't. That's fine too.
It
Although-
dodges out of the way once again. This is one nimbly little wolf. Phoenix.
Phoenix will attack his wolf opponent.
Right.
Talon number 1. A 19 for 1 point of damage.
Very well.
A 15 for 4 points of damage.
And the wolf collapses to the ground.
And I bite him for 3 more points of damage for good measure.
And that wolf is no more. Speaking of wolves, unaware that all of its friends are dead, the wolf in front of Willstrom attacks
Son of a...
and misses horribly.
Oh, thank
Let's
God.
go.
I don't think I can do anything, can I?
You can move.
You can move. You could go and help Willstrom.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
can I get there to actually hit?
Maybe not this turn, but something bad could happen in the next couple turns, and
Oh, yeah.
You
it's
could-
gonna get close.
You could get to flanking position if you move to there. You'll be in flanking position.
You just won't be
Actually-
able to attack.
No, he absolutely will. Because that's 30 feet, right? Because it's 20 feet. Oh wait, 20 feet to there,
Uh-huh.
and then
Oh, yeah. Man,
10
yeah.
10
Totally
feet,
can go there and attack.
10 feet forward, more to there.
So right there.
Yeah,
Yep.
All right.
And you can attack. You know,
and you're
fine.
flanking.
Bam.
And now
Flanking
I'm
him.
flanking.
Yep. Now you're both flanking.
So I get a +2 to flank, right?
Yeah, +2 to your to your attack.
Well, it's a -2 to their armor class, technically.
Okay.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Hey, roll that again. I'm just curious.
Stop it, Escapo.
No, okay, you're fine.
For God's sake.
I'm gonna bring actual dice into this. I swear.
Crane.
all right. This stupid gray wolf.
Nope.
Nope. Goes right by Escapo's ear.
Phew. Ha!
Why are they shooting at me? I didn't do anything. Hey, why are they shooting at me? I didn't do anything. I don't
I just stand here minding a scalpel business.
minding a scalpel business. Madam Victoria,
I'm just hanging out, man.
you can
Watching,
you can
watching
fling another stone. It's not going to hurt anything.
Sorry, thank you.
Wait, I'm between Victoria and the wolf. Let's point that out.
That's all right.
Too late.
Fling!
Goes off into the woods again. Blam. Willstrom.
Okay. Well, flanking is good because it helps me too.
Yep.
Hoika!
But
Nope.
not enough.
Oh, Jesus.
Phoenix.
Squaw! Phoenix!
Phoenix to save the day.
Come kill this wolf!
Killed everything else. Phoenix. Kill this too.
So there she goes. And attacks.
They call attack.
A
Hit.
17 for 1 point of damage.
That's 1 point of damage.
Ridiculous.
The wolf surrenders. No, it doesn't. It attacks Willstrom once again.
I
'Cause that's
tried to calm it down. Who's a good boy?
that is a thing. They are animals. If you
Creatures.
have any sort of animal empathy, you could have.
I do. I thought about that at first.
It's a very high negative now.
Yeah, they were already hostile, and technically it takes a minute to use animal.
Nothing. Let me make sure nothing horrible happens. Okay.
Oh,
So,
thank God.
Escapo.
Scapo gonna slashy.
Sneak attack. Sneak attack.
Nope.
Attack.
Crane.
This game hates me.
Clearly.
All right, man. Nope.
Nope.
Wow.
Dear God.
Stupid wolf.
He's
Fling another
fighting-
stone.
Run away, wolf. Run away.
Madam Victoria connects with a sling stone. Plack.
Yay.
Yes!
Well, now, hold on. I hate to.
Even with the -4 for shooting the combat, you hit it.
Hold on. I might have a negative from being at the in my spirit dance cooldown. I have -2 to attack while I'm.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No.
The rock, seemingly
close.
on target, falls just shy.
I am worthless. at this
Rolls,
point.
rolls, and taps it in the foot like a marble. Willstrom.
Die! I just die already. Yes,
He hit at last.
8
with a
points of
hearty
damage.
8 points of damage connecting.
However, that does not kill the beast.
Oh dear God!
Come on, all right, Phoenix.
All right, Phoenix, it's on you.
You've killed how many of these wolves so far?
Two.
2.
So far she's dealt the killing blow on 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
12 misses.
Sure
Right.
does.
Even with flanking. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, no, flanking makes it 14.
Flanking just hit. So it takes one more.
Oh, okay. So it takes a point of damage. The 8 misses, and then the bite
And the bite
misses. Crap.
misses. It is still alive. It is its turn. It, in desperation, bites at Willstrom one more time out of spite. Out of sheer spite, it bites at him.
I almost want him to connect. I feel bad for him at this point.
Oh.
Give him a pity bite.
Aw, you're a good boy. You are a good boy. You're a good boy.
Yeah.
Escapo.
Escapo. Escapo for the finish. Nope.
No. Crane.
Wolf.
You can get to
Oh, roll to confirm the crit.
well, that's a point blank though, right? Is that close?
Yeah.
He rolled a natural 20.
Oh, I see. Then there was a crit confirmed there, so I
Yeah.
did not confirm the crit.
Yeah, it rolled the confirm for you too.
Okay.
Nevertheless.
Nice.
But however,
I love it.
it does
I love
Oh, damn.
points of damage. And as may be
Holy crap.
blam, the wolf falls dead.
The wolf just doesn't explode and cover all of us in its
No, not that excessive. However,
Alright.
it does. You see a really thick, deep red gush out of its chest. Its heart blood spills on the ground, and
Damn.
it immediately stops moving. There is no twitching. There is no convulsing. It's just dead.
So
See,
who's hungry?
that's what happens. That's what happens when you damage the hydraulics.
Yeah.
Very good. So, I guess the first thing Wilstrom will do is sort of look around and make sure everyone is in relatively one piece. Who's injured?
Victoria's in like 3 pieces right now. A Scapo thing.
Yeah. In what's been like 3 rounds. So in a minute, I can channel the spirit of the Hierophant and cast Cure Light Wounds.
All right. I can also cast Cure Light Wounds. Is it better that you do it or I do it?
I feel better that Victoria do it because we'd have to wait. Like if you need that later.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, Victoria, we'll let you do yours now because yours we won't likely have in combat later if we ever need it. So.
Right. No. Yeah. Absolutely. You can.
So yeah. So Wilstrom is basically like, Victoria, are you all right? You have this under control. Everyone else all right? Who is hurt?
It is all right. I have my friends to aid me.
Ah,
Oh jeez.
Of course you are very spooky. Yes.
Freaks me out when she does that.
All
our
right.
friends are Murlocs?
Oh.
Oh.
In which case, once Madame Victoria is clearly taking care of herself, Wilstrom, very businesslike, just goes right to skinning the wolves. We have wolf pelts.
There's not enough meat to actually carry these wolves back for food, is there?
You don't want to eat.
Yeah,
You don't want to eat wolf anyway. It's gonna be real stringy and gross.
However, give me a survival check to skin the wolves, and we'll see if we get some wolf pelts out of this deal.
All right, survival. Where are you at?
5.
I am surviving the heck out of this night tonight. 23.
All right, we harvest some wolf pelts. Let's see. It's not giving me any sort of. It's giving me magical items.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a specific value associated to it.
I tell you what, they're worth 5 silver each.
Great.
And you got 4 of them, so you have 2 gold worth of wolf pelt.
All right. I mean, I'm not selling them right away, so we have 4 wolf pelts if we need them.
All right. However, you will need to tan them.
Mm-hmm.
They will take a little while to put them in the proper format.
That's all. That's what he's doing. He's taking care of all that.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything? You are out of combat completely.
I'm going to try to recover what arrows I can.
Let's see. How many did you shoot? You shot
7, I think.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Yeah. You recover 6 of them.
Yay!
Hot dog.
There's one that just flew off into the forest, and I'm just like, oh man, that's gone.
You're like, nope.
Nope.
Anyone else?
I got nothing I need to do unless people need me to help them with things, but Escapo is fine. How can Escapo help? Let's get back and get this water back.
I've just for the sake of the DM's information, I've added a 3rd bar to my character to track my influence. I start with 1 influence, and that's the amount of influence the spirits have over me.
Okay.
There's certain actions I take that increase that influence. At 3 influence, I start to take negatives. And at 5 influence, I become an NPC because I've been possessed entirely by the spirit.
It's important to note.
Very, very good. Very good.
Are you kidding? I'm going to be watching that bar like a hawk all the time.
Like a phoenix.
Probably not for the same reasons you are.
Good old sanity
I
meter.
mean, I have control over it not hitting. Like, I have yet to determine why it would ever hit 5, except for that I just decide that I'm giving up my character for the sake of the party. You know? But it could happen.
All right. Does anybody? What does everybody else want to do? You have 4 dead wolves. You have a stone pillar carved in elven runes and language.
I mean, we've
Well-
already investigated the stone. We know that this is the Borderlands. I mean, so we know kind of the boundaries that there's a lot of elves nearby, or potentially nearby, and the caravan's counting on us to get water back to it, or so we should probably go ahead and finish that job. I would say before we get too crazy with wandering from the caravan.
I would like to, after a minute has passed from my curing the light wounds, summon my trickster spirit yet again
Okay.
and make another uh, knowledge local lore roll to
Mhm.
see if there's potentially any issue with us pulling water from this source.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
This will be a knowledge plus 4, so it would be a plus 6. D20 plus 6 roll.
All right. The conflict here was centuries ago. The Valentha elves forfeited the land around here
Mm-hmm.
as part of their agreement to join the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
So they have no claim over this territory anymore, besides the fact that they are also citizens of the Empire.
Very good.
But there should be absolutely no problem drawing water from around here from the likes of the elves.
Excellent.
Everybody give me a little perception check as you're milling around over here.
Give me 1 second to adjust all my numbers.
All right. Wilstrom, as you're going around skinning wolves, you glance back at the obelisk
Mhm.
and you notice an area that does not seem naturally settled around the base of it, as almost as if there was something buried there.
Ah. Well then, I point it out to everyone else and then start digging at it. Everyone, look! There's something here. Let's examine this closer. Someone has buried something here.
As you dig it up, there is in fact a little gold statuette
Ooh.
of an elf with a shield and a sword, dressed in armor. It's probably only about 8 to 10 inches tall. So you're holding it. It was buried underneath this little obelisk.
You said it was a gold statue of an elf
Yes.
holding a sword and shield. I will check it for magic just in case.
It is not magical at all.
All right. I will.
And it was buried recently, you think?
With your perception check at 26, no, it's been down here for a while.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Perhaps several hundred years even.
Oh my.
Ooh. Maybe since the Empire,
Fell?
yeah, or since they surrendered their empire to be the Empire. It's an Ouroboros of Empire.
I will hand that to Madame Victoria.
Yes, I will clutch it in my hand.
Clutch, clutch, clutch.
You couldn't just say hold it in your hands. You have to clutch it.
She holds nothing. She
No.
clutches things.
He's a clutchy kind of individual.
How many pearls do you have? I'm really confused.
I will.
Victoria, you can find information about this, I think.
I will channel the trickster spirit, and I have chosen appraise as one of my skills for the day, which gives me access to the psychometry occult skill unlock.
All right.
So once per day, I can concentrate for 1 minute while in physical contact with an item or location, during which I receive flashes of insight regarding the subject's nature and ownership.
Very well.
After 1 minute, a DC 15 appraiser check to decipher the vision.
All right.
Make the check to see whether it's worth me even reading further.
Madame Victoria holds it. Her eyes go glassy as she communes with the spirit. You could sense a slight buzz of energy around her hands and around the statue.
Oh, yeah, look at that green bar.
Boom. And her eyes flick open.
Roll a 19.
I see
I can gain
ancient elves burying this as a totem of protecting their empire, as a symbol of a warder on the boundaries, which have long since swept over.
It did not work very well, did it?
Apparently, that is the information I have gleaned.
Too soon? I'm sorry.
What you have gathered from it is that it was a totem buried underneath, a non-magical one, but a religious one nonetheless, that failed and has no further value in what it's intended to do.
Fair enough.
And give me just a straight up appraise roll on it.
Inside of that same.
Sure.
Okay. They're gonna knock.
You can use the bonus of the spirit for this appraisal roll.
Get this going here. 20 plus 6. 26.
Holy crap.
Nice.
You could probably sell this for about 120 gold.
Ooh.
And it has no real value to anyone left who's still around
Fair
at this
enough.
point. I
Are
mean,
there no museums?
you not really.
Yeah,
It doesn't belong there.
it doesn't belong there.
This doesn't belong in a museum.
Museum.
With that 120, you could probably sell it to a collector. If you were to melt it down for just the pure gold, you'd probably only get 80. But if you were to find, you could probably find with that roll, you could probably find somebody who would buy it for the value of what it represents for 120.
Okay. Somebody making a note of that.
I can, yeah. What do we feel like? Should we take this back to the elves? Maybe. I mean, they might want it for.
With his role, the best you could do is sell it to the elves for 120.
I feel like we should sell it to the elves for. That's the right thing to do, if nothing else.
Sure.
I mean,
Madam
you could sell it to
Victoria's
the
not
elves for
gonna argue.
120.
Unless they're mad that we removed it from where it
No,
was.
see, you're just saying that because you don't want to be haunted by an elf ghost.
No, I don't.
Given the natural 20 that he rolled, no one's gonna fault you for it at this point because it's been so long ago, and most people don't even know it was ever here.
It's like the equivalent of finding a Spanish doubloon from a shipwreck or like wash up on the beach, and then thinking, "Well, God, we got to get this back to Spain."
Right.
King Philip clearly wants this. Yeah.
Well, Except that King Philip in this game has a lifespan of several hundred, if not 1,000 years.
Point.
Oh, it's that. Well, I didn't find it, dearie. It's for you, and it's for your morality to decide.
To be honest, it's not going to be worth a whole lot.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
There's there are probably a number of these markers lost to history in the woods all around here, and this was a standard thing. I mean, they would accept it, they would like it,
sure.
but it's not going to curse you to not give it to them either.
Right. All right. You guys want me to hang on to it for now?
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
if you're not going to hold
absolutely.
on to it, Escapo can hold on to it. Just
As far as Maddox Victoria is concerned, being a fairly neutral character, you found it. It belongs to you and is your decision.
All right then. I will hang on to it for now.
All right. All right, you make your way back to the caravan then, I assume.
Yes.
All right. Emmerich questions you about where have you been? We've been the battle is done. What's going on? You look a little beat up. Are you all right?
We had a run in with some wolves, and I show them the wolf pelts.
Yeah. Wolves are very dangerous, especially right after winter. They're very hungry. Very hungry. I'm glad you're all right. Come, Ava will make you something to eat. Come, one of you, can one of you show a Heineck here where the water is?
Yes, I will take him there.
Very good. The rest of you, come in, have something to eat. The trip out, now that you know where the water is not hard to get to. Heinrich
But there are hungry wolves in the area, so I don't feel like we should send just Wilstrom and the strongman out. I mean, you know,
so we send
if
Victoria too.
I'm gonna meta game it, I'm gonna say whatever. It doesn't matter.
Mm.
But if I'm
all right,
gonna,
you all want to accompany Heinrich out?
Yeah,
Madame
that makes
Victoria probably will not go out
no.
because she's been brutalized by the fucking wolves.
Well, as you expressed your concern, Emmerich goes, yeah. I mean, you probably killed the pack of wolves that are in the area, but yeah. Peter, go with them. So Peter, Wilstrom, and Heinrich set out.
Fair enough.
Unless somebody wants to join them.
No, that's good. I'm
All right.
okay.
You get out to the water, not a problem.
Great.
It gets. He fills up the barrel, hoists it on his shoulder like it's nothing.
Mhm.
He's holding a 50-gallon barrel in one arm on his shoulder.
Man, I bet that sure would have been useful when we were,
Fighting wolves.
fighting
Yeah,
wolves.
right? Yeah.
And you make it back to camp. The water is refreshed, and the night settles in after a long and eventful day. And that is where we shall leave it for now.
No.
All right.
All right.
However,
Excellent. Very well.
I will award you some experience
Ooh,
points.
I love
Hooray.
experience.
What?
Oh no. I could not possibly. All right.
That experience belongs in a museum.
And by that they mean give me.
Give me. I want more.
Everybody gets 425 experience points.
Ooh.
Not bad.
I'm trying to figure out where do we put that on this sheet. Does it look
Under
like
additional. Upper right.
upper right? Additional. Scanning. Got it. How much?
425 apiece.
Oh, perfect.
And not a bad little first session.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too shabby.
Very efficient use of the platform, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I'll stop the stream. We'll end it at that
Yes,
point
please
then.
do. Hey, for those of you who are watching or who will watch it later as it's still up for that.
And I'll export this to an MP3 as well. So.
Thank you all for joining us. We've had a good time. This is our first adventure. We hope to do it again in the very near future, something we will hash out And when we do, we will put it on the Facebook post that we've thrown out there. This has been our Carnival of Empire campaign, our very first adventure, with our level 1 characters, Escapo, the half-elf escape artist, Willstrom, the halfling falconer, and Phoenix, his trusty falcon, Madame Victoria, the medium and seer, and Crane, our dwarven archer monk friend. Thank you all for joining us, and hopefully we will see you again later on. Beyond that, thank you all, and happy gaming to you.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
I think we need to get a theme show or a theme song or like a video montage introducing our characters like the Super Friends, because that's what I was hearing in my mind.
We'll work on that for next time.
when you said Willstrom with his trusty companion Phoenix, I was like...
Right?
Meanwhile, in the outro...